Sorry, Mike, running a little bit late.
No worries. I couldn't hear you because of that music. So.
Oh, that's all right. I don't know if we're on now yet, but before we go on YouTube, this friggin' Za guy, he's trying to take the case away. And, like, I'm all for African-American representation and stuff. And, like, I want people like that, to get more jobs, but not at my expense.
Right. Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can't have that.
No, and I mean, he's also kind of a little person. I'm sure
that's true.
Yeah,
I just can't. I can't have it.
No,
we're just having a private conversation, right? We're just two people. It's not.
Just keep
it's on YouTube.
Just between guys.
It's on YouTube.
Oh, damn it! God damn it! Well, there you go. And my life is over. Jeez. Well, I will say this about Rachel Nichols. I didn't want to start with her. We'll get to her later, I suppose, maybe. But I like when people, because this never happens anywhere in the world. Forget in the world. If you could turn your toaster on.
Right.
And I could throw a rock right now and hit a building right. I don't know, downstairs. Our guy downstairs, Steve's old boyfriend, is bitching about something at work. Everybody bitches about something at work.
It's unbelievable. I mean, at Entercom, it was a cesspool.
Oh, well, I mean, there's no.
There was nothing better than shitting on it. Even the little guys like me would shit on the company.
And within that, I didn't want to start with it's in my brain for a second. So do you want to start with, you want to do Rachel Nichols real quick and then we'll do the other stuff? Fire Cullinane and we'll get out of here?
Sure.
All right. Let me see here. So essentially, Rachel Nichols, I know we're late to the game, but I've been, haven't been around all week. Not that anybody said anything since I walked in, but I am down 8 pounds, Cullinane.
You look good. You look good.
8 pounds.
Fresh
Mike.
cut.
You look bigger from here.
That's ridiculous for you to say that. You do too. It must be the angle.
Hey.
You lost 8 pounds in a week?
Here's the key. Okay, my age, I finally figured it out. I think is I ate like crap during the case and just put on weight. Whatever.
Right.
But since I run every day, when you eat healthier, the running then benefits you. It's when you're fucking eating like shit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're running or not.
No, I'd imagine that
helps keep it off. Maybe
I was going to say, yeah, you would have gained more weight.
But all the garbage has been gone. I've eaten so much goddamn grilled chicken, my friggin' head is going to explode.
Excellent. Drinking a lot of water.
Drinking a lot of water. Yeah.
Important.
Yeah. No soda. So. The key is like, so a couple days ago at a restaurant, I had a delicious grilled chicken sandwich. 2 nice pieces of grilled chicken. I put a little bacon on top. Fine. Not going to hurt anybody. Didn't have the bread. Instead of the fries, a little applesauce.
Ooh.
And water instead of Coke. And then you're home free.
Didn't have the bread. Did you have a wrap? Is that what?
No, I just had the chicken. That's it.
It's not really a sandwich.
Do you?
Well, I mean, it came with bread is what I'm saying.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you feel better right now? Like, did you
No,
feel
I feel
better?
off. I feel terrible.
I was going to say, did you feel bad when you were fat?
No, I wasn't fat, first of all.
Just embrace it. Come
8
on.
pounds.
Let's go out for a couple of pies.
Well, I mean, you can lose 8 pounds if you're 150 pounds, Dave.
That's true.
I would say fat is like...
Don't do it.
No, I mean, you go to one of our live shows, you'll see fat all over the place.
Well, I said look fat. I mean, that's the impetus of this whole thing. You look fat in those pictures.
I didn't like the way I looked.
Okay.
And I want to be in Sako, maybe a live weigh-in. I want to weigh 108 pounds. That's the goal. I mean, if we can get there...
It'd be hot.
Well,
it'd be a sexy look.
Well, and I can eat whatever I want at the show.
Right.
Can have all the hamburgers I want.
That is good to have a date goal in mind. It makes you.
I just did it right
give
there.
That extra
Wow,
effort.
I just did it. I just did it right there. Real quick on Rachel Nichols. I mean, it's so insane. First of all, and I know if I defend Rachel, you know what's going to happen if I defend Rachel. You know how it works, right?
Yeah.
So what she said, first of all, I'm not even sure.
It was terrible.
So I wish Maria Taylor all this. So she's on the phone with LeBron James' like consultant or something. I don't even know.
Spokesperson, agent, something like that.
Person is. And she said she wishes her all the success in the world. Maria Taylor, who I don't even know who that is. I have no idea. I don't watch the NBA. Is this the one, the person who wants $8 million?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's weird. And then the story comes out in the New York Times. So there you go. Very sympathetic toward her from Kevin Draper. He used to write for Deadspin. And she says, if you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your crappy long-time record on diversity, which, by the way, I know personally from the female side of it, like, go for it. Just find it somewhere else. You're not going to find it from me or take my thing away. That's what she's saying. And I think people at ESPN, including minorities a year ago, were pushing for more diversity in hires.
Correct.
So let's just say, for all I know, Maria Taylor's great at her job and Rachel Nichols stinks at her job. They probably it's a job that the fucking robot could do. So it doesn't matter.
But I know who Rachel Nichols is. I didn't know who Maria Taylor was before this.
Well, that's because she's been kept down.
Right.
But I mean,
I prefer the whites on that
So,
network.
but like, and now she's her career is over.
Yeah.
Like they canceled. She's not taking part in the finals, right?
She's not taking part in this finals, but this all happened a year ago, right?
Well, I know
and
that.
She didn't take, and they didn't take her off last year's finals, and they knew about this. So really, like, there wasn't that much of an impact. They just made a decision this year.
Well, because it got out.
True.
Yeah, because Maria Taylor's people, whoever's on her side, leaked it to the New York Times, so like 20 minutes of it. And I guess Jalen Rose, Wojnarowski, and Jay Williams were all getting ready to
Very fun. A bad teammate.
they were going to have like a sit out for one of these live shows or something. Which would have been like, great, you're fired. You're useless.
How about you just quit your job? Just quit the job. If you're that morally outraged by working for a place.
The guy a week ago who said that Kevin Love was on the team because they didn't want all black players in the Olympic team?
Yeah.
But they had an all-black team 4 years ago?
Correct.
Okay. I mean, another
they
idiot.
thought better of it.
Adrian Wojnarowski, who then some other guy is saying is racist. It's like fucking never ends. It's just insane. In Rachel Nichols' private phone conversation, which I guess she left her Zoom on or something? Is that
No, so this is the most fucked up part of it is because they were in the bubble, ESPN allegedly gave everybody a tablet and a tripod.
Okay.
And they can tap into anybody's tablet and tripod whenever they want, which is literally the most fucked up thing I've ever heard.
Jesus.
That's important. You want to monitor your employee. Make sure they're not saying anything bad.
A female employee at some hotel room. That's fantastic. And now her life's over. They're not going to fire her because she will sue the fuck out of them if they fire. I mean, she's got a big lawsuit against him.
Isn't her contract up soon also, though?
I thought Maria Taylor's was, no?
Maria Taylor's is, but I thought Rachel Nichols might be, too.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Which means they just won't renew it.
Which means she's almost unhireable now.
Yeah.
She'll do a podcast and no one will listen to, and like she's dead. And because she said something that some people think, and I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea if Maria Taylor's better or worse, or was because she was a minority, or was. I have no clue, none, nor do I really care. But somebody's bitching about their coworker like everybody does. I guarantee you, Dave and Mike were bitching about me before I got here.
Certainly.
People bitch about people all the time. I was bitching with Jerry about 50 people the other day. So I mean, it's not media. Media, I think people think media is more two fucking people in wherever. Pick a fucking city. Chapel Hill, North Carolina, having breakfast, are bitching about the fucking guy in the office. That's how life works.
Can you imagine how much you'd hate someone if the worst thing they've said in private is like, hey, listen, I'm all for diversity. I just don't want to lose my job.
Right.
That's the meanest thing Rachel Nichols has said. And the scarier part to me is that people, like, I saw KFC over the weekend go, oof, it's going to be a long weekend for Rachel Nichols, which just wasn't a crazy reaction.
He's right.
Now, he was right. But now, like that, we hear that tape and think like, oh boy, batten down the hatches.
Yeah, but he also said that not looking at it the way you and I are looking at it. He said it like she's a racist.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's what he meant. I think he just knew she was in trouble.
Yeah, I think he knows. Yeah, I think he was looking at the temperature and saying she's
which
fucked.
is crazy.
I mean, I don't know if he weighed in on her. You might be right, Dave. I have no idea. But like, you know, and also Rachel Nichols later on in the thing talks about how all these white Republican Trump voters at ESPN are picking, like, you think there's a fucking executive at ESPN that voted for Donald Trump?
Well, Dave pointed out, why is there no sound of that?
Yeah, they just
quoted
quoted
question.
it.
Yeah, it's a quote. I don't know.
They only released like 4 minutes of allegedly 20 minutes worth of audio, right? Isn't that what they said? Yeah. So they only released 4 minutes of it, and that was included in
And then Rachel Nichols is just, you know, like, you want to root for her, and then she does this embarrassing Do we have that, Dave?
Yeah, the apology.
Humiliating apology, which, look, I've said this many times. You can say what you want about me. I have the best apology in history. I got suspended for my apology.
Right. Certainly the coolest apology.
Yeah. Has anybody else ever gotten suspended for an apology?
I've never heard that before.
Right. There's something to be said for that.
Certainly.
And I stand by every goddamn word of that apology. Every fucking, boy, am I sick of apologizing for that 7 years ago. Christ.
It was a terrible thing. I know.
Play another clip of her and I'll get ripping again, boy. Jesus God.
She's good at her job.
So
I'm
the
sure
first
she's
thing
fine.
they teach you in journalism school is don't be the story. And I don't plan to break that rule today or distract from a...
So do I. I mean, this is so corporatized, and she's just say, listen, she just say what she said in this quote. I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world. She covers football. She covers basketball. If you feel need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your crappy long time. But first of all, she rips the company she works for.
Which is fantastic.
She says she knows personally from the female side of it, like, go for it, find it somewhere else. You're not going to find it for me to take. So she's fighting for the job that she feels she deserves. And she thinks it's a chance, given all the pressure that's going on in the world, they might want to put someone, a minority in that position, which the minorities of ESPN and the media is clamoring for. It doesn't seem to me to be an unreasonable thing. Now, the argument is, well, there still aren't enough. Well, I think you're right. I think that's right. ESPN's one of these people that wags their finger instead of pointing at themselves. So find more minorities and hire more. I'm all for it. Rachel Nichols is saying, great. It's not me. I'm a woman. I want to keep this job.
But in fairness, they could have made that decision this year. They could have said, we need more women, more minority women on television, especially covering the NBA. And they made that decision this year going forward with Maria Taylor, right?
Yeah, who might stink or might be the greatest. I have no clue.
And neither of them will draw ratings.
Nobody.
Like, neither of them bring people in.
The idea that you'd pay Maria Taylor $8 million other than fear of something is insane. Not a single human being, statistically, is tuning in to watch her. You could replace her with anybody hosting. I don't even know what it is. What is it? The pregame
NBA countdown, all that stuff.
Sideline reporting.
I mean, it's awful television. All these pregame shows. The only one's ever done it right is TNT. That's it.
It took me a
Right,
long time
yeah.
to figure out that they were doing it right too. Like I always thought Barkley was a fucking nut job who I hated, but
Who
he's
the hell
great.
cares what you think about it?
Oh, I know, but I'm
Dave's
just saying.
watching.
No,
They're doing this wrong.
I love when the light bulb goes off on stupid Cullinane. Well, how long was this, Dave? 2 years ago? It's been on for 30 fucking years.
no, the Charles Barkley countdown.
20 years it's been on.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I thought
He was like 60 years old.
I don't. That's not. No, 10 years max. Barkley
Dave's
and
big
those other
apology
two
to
idiots.
Kenny the
Do you
Jet
think
Smith.
Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley, and Johnson been on for 10 years, Mike?
Shaq has not been there for 10
No,
years,
but
but yeah, the rest of them have.
20.
Yeah.
I look it up, Dave. 20. At least 20.
More than 10. Before I was in college.
20. Easily 20.
Yeah.
And you know what? I heard talking about this the other day. Ironically, it was my good friend Bill Simmons. He was saying, I was listening to him because he was doing one of these media ones. I listen to anything media. And he had on Brian Curtis from The Ringer, who actually I like. He interviewed me for a thing a couple of years ago. He's a pretty nice guy. So they were talking about these shows, and this was before the thing blew up. How long has it been on, Dave?
20 years.
20 years.
21.
So 21 years.
Almost like you
when
knew
did
that
the light bulb went off when?
But I got it now. It's a great show.
But when did it go off? I'm curious.
It just went off, basically.
The light bulb.
This
My light bulb
finals.
just-
So you're just staring at the TV, and then you said, "Oh, he's actually pretty good."
No, I thought I think it was like last year. I
I'll
was like,
give the
okay.
devil their due.
He
They're all
wasn't-
right.
Was he always that aggressive though? He's been more aggressive politically in the last couple of years, wouldn't you say?
Charles Barkley, who said I'm not a role model.
He's going to run for governor like 15 years ago.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, well, good. Sharp as a knife. So Simmons was talking about how I don't even really care. I don't want to get too into the weeds about pregame shows. But ESPN is like at halftime of these games is like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
They have like 5 people, and they just kind of one talks. Now we find out that's because Rachel Nichols was never live on this thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, during the show that Maria Taylor hosts, she would never interact with her. She would tape everything.
So they hate each other. That's all this is.
So Barkley and they just bullshit for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's good. I remember, I was on. Did you see Barkley a couple weeks ago was not allowed to make fun of San Antonio. Being fat anymore. I don't know.
Which is a hilarious. If you've watched the compilations of that, he's being hilarious, like genuinely funny.
I was watching highlights like a year or so ago, randomly flipping around, and there was a wacky play, like a blooper thing or something. And Ernie Johnson's like, "We call this and I Love Lucy, a Lucille Ball." And Charles Barkley was like, "Why? Because it's ugly."
My favorite part of those
That's
clips.
just funny. That's even it's like not. It's just funny. He says it.
My favorite part of those clips is sometimes Barkley will make a kind of a vague reference about San Antonio.
Yeah.
And that Ernie Johnson will blow past it and Shaq will bring it back and go, "Why do you say that, Chuck?"
Right. They do a good job. I mean, again, I don't watch a lot of it, but anyway, long way of saying it's insane. If Rachel Nichols, if I was Rachel Nichols, I would be holding a press conference right now saying I'm fucking suing ESPN for $3 zillion for violation of privacy. But $3 zillion. And I love Maria Taylor, and she's the greatest ever, but fuck you. That would be my message.
The thing I wanted to say about this apology too, before we hear the rest of it, is would it feel to you, like say I genuinely offended you, and if I started the apology out, well, Kirk, I was always raised to live by the golden rule, and today I didn't follow it.
I would feel good.
Would you feel like that was a genuine apology?
How many times have I said this in my life? These people are not human beings.
It's so weird.
Radio and I was listening to radio yesterday, Sirius. It was like classic vinyl or something. This woman, Rachel Steele, hosts it. I'm sure she's a lovely woman. She's like, I think Neil Schon, who's the guitarist for Journey, is auctioning off a bunch of his guitars. And you could tell, all the Sirius people do it from their house or whatever. So you could tell she has like 26 seconds she has to do before she goes into Lights by Journey or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like, you know what I like about auctions are, it's exciting. Like, as the prices get higher and higher, it means more and more. And then eventually, somebody wins.
That's interesting.
Just like right there. It was basically like, what I like about sunglasses are, when I stare up at the sun, when I put them on, it's actually not as powerful a reflection in my eyes.
Yeah, well, that's why these basketball broadcasts are always so important to me, because I always think two teams are really going at it and scoring points. And whoever has the most ends up winning.
That's the other thing. They all say nothing, so it doesn't even really matter. But yeah, I just like, there's nothing. I wish there was just a station, and essentially it's what I do. I hit the post better than anybody in the business. But like where they just were, if there was a station where they just talked about nothing and didn't even play the songs, like a pot, and then just did it again, I would listen to that all day.
A compilation of DJs.
I would quit. I'd become the program director. I would host one of those shows. I love it. Because you could tell, you could see her, this Rachel Steele woman, counting down in her head. Because she was like, yeah, and then there's somebody who points, and then she's describing an auction. was like, what person listening to this has never heard of this concept? Like
The auctioneer always speaks so fast.
yeah, like, and then if the higher you bid, the more likely you are to get the item.
It is fascinating when you think about it.
It wasn't even that. Then they played what Journey? Separate Ways, which I fucking hate.
I don't know if I know that.
You know, Separate Ways by Journey.
I'm sure I do, but I don't know it by the title.
Someday love will break those chains that bind you.
No.
One night will remind you how we are changed when our separate ways. You don't know that one?
I don't
you
think so.
You would know it if you heard it. Yeah.
He's hearing it right now.
Not by this great rendition.
Steve
It is
Perry.
good. It is a good voice, yeah.
I kind of hate Journey now anyway, except for only the young. Anyway, so I don't know, you want to play the rest of this thing? Okay, go ahead.
So the first thing they teach you in journalism school is don't be the story. And I don't plan to break that rule today or distract from a fantastic finals. But I also don't want to let this moment pass without saying how much I respect, how much I value our colleagues here at ESPN, how deeply, deeply sorry I am for disappointing those I hurt, particularly Maria Taylor, and how grateful I am to be part of this outstanding team.
Well, right.
I said I wanted her to pull out a knife and say, just show you how deep. I'm going to plunge this into my heart.
I will cut off one body part.
But in fairness, to your point, she's fucked, right? So what else can she do? She's trying to save her ass.
What does that do? What does that appease?
It potentially appeases her boss to at least keep a sideline gig or something.
The only person she's apologizing to, like the only person she could have possibly offended, is not in the room.
Not only that, she's apologizing to Twitter, and
Right.
Twitter's like, nope, we think you're a racist.
Well, I don't think
do
that's
not
true.
accept.
I don't think that's true to Mike's point is that everybody, I mean, who's the person? Mike Hill, who used to work at ESPN. All these people are calling out ESPN management saying black people at ESPN had it much harder for the last
It's not Rachel Nichols' fault.
No, but this is now the example of that. This is now the example. So she's the.
How is that the example of it though?
Well,
She's talking to a guy who doesn't work for ESPN.
And she's just bitching, like she doesn't know if she thinks she's speculating recklessly and wildly, sure, but in a private conversation that there's a small chance after all the stuff that happened last year that ESPN feeling pressure to put minorities in better positions, which they should have done a long time ago. No one's arguing that. May have done that or may do that at her expense. That is pure speculation. She's not saying it on the air. Now,
Ann says, I understand it as a woman, coming from the woman's perspective.
And there's a crappy record. Like she did nothing wrong. She did nothing wrong.
No.
Not a thing. And and Maria Taylor, again, I wish her all the success in the world too. We all wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world for her job where she says, we're live in Phoenix. Jalen, what do you think about the second half? That's their job. Like, we're making this out to be something that she's a studio host. I'm not saying it's a skill I would have necessarily, but it's something you can, it doesn't take a lot of skill to do it.
Also, if anyone prefaced it, like if anyone that was outraged prefaced it with like, hey, now I've said a lot worse about my coworkers, but the reason I don't like this is no one says that. They're like, I can't believe she even thought this.
Do you think there's a chance that Maria Taylor, Adrian Wojnarowski, Jalen Rose, and Jay Williams sometimes bitch about other employees at
shit.
ESPN during commercial breaks? I would fucking hope so. They're human beings. Right?
No, Woj, who emailed a senator, fuck you, has always acted
true.
professionally.
That was what's his face, right?
Josh Hawley?
That was the one that Kate wrote about, right?
Yes.
Well, who's the guy who worked at ESPN who's with Levitard now, and he was just going off on Woj? Did you hear that?
Is this? I don't know if this is the same guy who said that Boston was racist. Or
Jerry said it was. I heard Jerry say, I don't like this guy because he said, but I agree with him.
He's the guy who agrees with him about Wojnarowski?
Yeah.
Well, no, he agrees with him about shit that he said about ESPN in general.
Oh, you said they're racist or whatever?
Yeah.
This is the guy who said he used to walk into rrestaurants in Boston and he would hear it was like the record was stopping, everyone was staring at him.
Is it that guy? I remember you talking about. I don't know if it's the same guy.
Amin Assassin.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's I saw that, but like now you're saying Wojnarowski's a racist because he breaks stories, and I don't even understand. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. Nor do I care. I'm happy to see ESPN burn to the ground, but it's like, Jesus, who cares? I don't know. Who knows? All right. Anyway, so that's unless I'm missing anything on Rachel Nichols, Mike.
No, just Perk got praised for like defending her. I didn't think he really did that. He's like, I'm glad you, fessed up to your sins.
Tough spot though. Tough spot. That's a tough spot.
Because he'd get fucking not who was it on? Oh, Rachel, the girl from The Bachelor. That got shit for not.
You can't win.
With
you can't. No, it's like it must have been really uncomfortable for them. Anyway, where was I going to go next?
I don't know. You mentioned firing Cullinane.
Nah, I will eventually. Naturally. Did you see Steve's new avatar on Twitter, by the way?
I don't know what it was. I know he changed it.
Looks crazed.
Oh, really?
He does. He looks like a madman.
Justin said that he changed his bio to In the Wind.
Does he have does he have a deal with that app? He's always tweeting about Signal
Something's
or
going
whatever.
on. I don't know. Yeah, his tweet, typical Steve tweet this morning. Why is Justin here?
Justin's right
He
here.
is?
Yep.
Did Justin send the email to? I don't want to see him. Go ahead. We have a new mic, Dave.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Justin shirking his duties already, by the way.
Why is that?
Well, I heard that I was at the top of the list of his responsibilities getting me here. Not today.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think it was coming in today.
Did you send the? Why didn't you ask?
I should have.
Okay, good. Off to a good start. Did you send Eric and I that email?
I did.
Oh, okay. Did she respond?
No.
Okay.
She's been kind of off on Twitter too, so I'm assuming she's just.
Oh, she's probably on vacation or something. Okay. All right, what's new with you? Anything?
Been watching this new show, Invincible.
I feel like you didn't know how to answer that at first.
What? You doing what?
Watching this new show on Amazon Prime called Invincible.
What's that about?
It's a superhero cartoon about this guy.
That's what's new?
It's
No. That's what's new in your life, I'm saying?
what is new in my life?
You can't win.
Did you read that book or no?
I did.
How'd it go?
It went great.
Okay. What was the point of that, out of curiosity?
I wanted to see how many people would watch the lowest form of content on YouTube.
Okay.
And so I
Good
would
goal.
take that, and then I want to do like this KMS radio thing where like we play old episodes on the YouTube channel live.
Uh-huh.
And I think that
What does that have to do with the book?
because we got 500 live viewers during the book.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
If people would watch Justin, then think how many would watch.
Old episodes.
Right.
If it's
We
not
kind of
new,
hyped it up, though. I mean, I tweeted about it. I mean, it had some hype attached to it.
It should have much more hype if I was Mike, but I mean, he.
Okay, I don't care. I don't care about that stupid thing about the Gatsby Geary thing. It's fine. How's your girl? You
Our
guys
names
still
are
talking?
similar. You get it?
Yeah, she's fine.
Okay. All right, good. There you go. Thank
I think you
Justin.
really
Jesus.
took the wind out of his sails on that idea, by the way.
What?
I can't say I watched a lot of it, but I tuned in and he seemed demoralized.
I didn't see one
while he
second
was
of
reading.
it. I didn't watch 1 second of it. I really didn't. I couldn't. I didn't have the enthusiasm for it.
Well, you missed out.
I may have. What else is going on show related before we get some other stuff? Anything new?
Nothing crazy on our end. We got well, you want to do the RK stuff that's show related, but
I mean, I don't really want to, but I suppose we have to. We're gonna say, Mike.
The other kid responded too. I was
Oh,
going to say
that.
that. and,
Yeah, that. Right. So, what's his name?
Mick
Mick
and Christian.
Mick and Christian from the Beyond Average podcast came in last week. You weren't here, Mike. Gave the best pitch I thought of any of the potential shows.
Yeah, they did a good job. Dressed up for it.
And then Visionless Dave, who I once said was the #1 Minifan in the world. Then I got bored with him because he's Twitter is just gibberish, so I unfollowed him. Has gone back up to premium status, I would say.
Okay.
Did you see this good investigative work he did?
Certainly did, although they said it was a sloppy job.
I disagree. I'll tell you why. So, and I thought, for some reason, KMarko crossed my mind the last couple of days. I forgot how much, you forget how much I hate him, or we hate him, and how badly he tried to fuck me over. Like,
Right.
the Zonker thing is incredible that happened. It is wild. Am I wrong, Mike? What was it that Andrew Dice Clay said that Michael Jackson was innocent?
Yeah, he alluded to the
Right.
fact. I
And
think.
KMarko spiked that blog.
Correct.
And Donald Trump Jr., right?
Yeah.
And one other one that Steve did. Oh, the liar, Albright.
Yes.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
And then Zonker comes in with some story that calls us racist, and he just publishes it.
Right.
I still remember screaming at this guy on the phone and being like, I'm going to fucking go where you live and kill you.
And you killed him, basically.
I did.
He's
I did.
gone.
He's gone.
Where the fuck is he?
He is gone.
He was as close to a made man at Barstool Sports as you could possibly find, right?
Well,
He's-
yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
there was like, it wasn't the first infraction. Like they were, when this happened, just talking.
Sick of him.
Yeah, I think the person I just mentioned about on an email with Justin had no use for him.
Right.
None. Because you would look at it. If you come into this company, you say, well, okay, here are the founding fathers, right? Dave, obviously hugely valuable. Kevin does a million things, hugely valuable. Dan, incredibly valuable.
Right.
KMarko repurposes blogs and puts up pictures of 19-year-old college sophomores.
He was the editor in chief.
Yeah, like what are we doing here? And is a gigantic asshole. Like, I mean, there's nobody in the world I wish brain cancer on more than Kmart. I want the size of a fucking football, and I want to see that football. I want to see that football like out of his, like the side of it on his head. I would love to see that. And when he dies, I'll just fucking cut his head off and spike it and watch that fucking football just splatter all over the place. Anyway,
Seems as though he's already passed away, though.
good. Well, I hope he is dead.
Yeah.
So these guys, and this happened last summer, correct? The KMarko thing.
Yes.
With you, yes.
Yeah, with us, right?
And
Last
their
summer.
tweets, I think, were like April and November. Or something.
November
So it
of last
spanned,
year, right?
Yeah.
So November's post.
That was the weird thing. Is
So
like,
we're done. Like, we're done.
I respect their hustle, but like, why even reach out to KMarko in November? He wasn't doing anything.
Right. I mean, but like if you're like, a KMarko person after that whole thing and you claim I'm not going to put you on my show at Sako, you're fucking mine.
Right.
There's no defense. There's literally zero defense.
Well, they gave a defense.
Oh, what? Their stupid
They
podcast?
said it wasn't that big a deal. Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it. I
They're
suppose.
psychos. I can't even believe it.
True psychopaths, though. There's a sense of like you're in on it, and then there's like no, like I just need to find something.
Yeah.
Like they dig every single day. I bet they just pick a person each day. They're like, let's just dig through his tweets. Let's go through it. Let's try to kill him. It's crazy, bro.
Do you know how easy that is to find? Like if you're a VD or whoever, like there's no issue.
Now you're getting like that's good, solid American journalism.
Yeah.
Whether you think it's silly
Very
or not.
important. Yeah.
Like if you're a fan of the show, and some guy comes on here and he waves his dick around, you can't wave your dick around like that and then be a big KMarko guy. Like it doesn't work that way.
Well, he's saying he's not a big KMarko.
Well, he reached out to him. He's like, "Hey, help me out here, bro," whatever the fuck he says. Dead, gone, goodbye. This is not even debatable. Like there's not. I would say, I would remove their tickets. We can do that, right?
Oh, we can make a call for sure.
Yeah, let's get rid of them. I don't think we need to have them there. Because like, why? What's the point?
But listen, if you're a basketball fan, you respect Michael Jordan. He's a bartender. He respects KMarko. I don't
It's true.
understand.
There's
why
a
you're not.
parallel there,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Digging it and loving it and salivating over it. They're like, you guys are gone. You guys, no, we're not. We're gonna be right there. We're gonna be right there. Kirk's loves it. We're gonna be on the show soon. I guarantee it.
We're going nowhere.
Nowhere.
These Minifans, man,
They're getting to me.
They are.
They're certainly getting to me.
Yeah, I think you also might be onto something with
That's where he goes into some nonsense about blind prison Mike or whatever. But
Who cares?
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
so I would say, I mean, do you disagree, Mike?
No, I respect that. I've been where they are, and I still am, basically. So I know that you have to like reach out to people and shit like that. So I get why they would do something like that. But those are kind of the rules.
Those are the rules.
If you're found, like if I was tweeting, "Hey, KMarko, sorry about all this," then I'd be gone. I wouldn't be on the show
This is
anymore.
how it goes.
you know?
Yeah, these guys have to learn their lesson. Like you don't get everything.
Right.
You can't come in here saying, "Oh, we love you, we worship you, you're the greatest," and then after the KMarko thing, again, way after. November is way after.
Yeah.
Dead, gone. This is not a jury here. They are not going to be performing at Sako.
Well, and the element I didn't like of it was, and again, I get it. Like that would be a very big deal for me if I had never been on this show and you let me in Sako. That'd be a huge deal for me.
Sure.
But the kind of self-aggrandizing they do, where they're like, people are coming for us.
Oh,
and shit
but yeah,
like
but
that.
that's all. But they're not.
But it just doesn't come off as it comes off as they're trying to be, whether they are or not.
Right, but I'm
it
almost,
doesn't come off as authentic.
I'll confess I'm amused by that because they're so dumb. I think they're purposely sort of dumb. Like I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
My problem is you cannot go crawling to KMarko.
No.
That's a no go. Like that's like that might be rule number 3. Like you cannot do that.
The only problem is if you're trying to go for promotion and you wrote a blog, he was the only option to get on the Barstool blog.
Too bad. Too bad. I mean,
Not at
yes.
that time, though.
But let's just even say that's true.
Not in November.
It was already Coley then.
Well, it had to be because Coley was promoted when I was here, I think.
Yeah,
right?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Either way, like it just doesn't. KMarko is the ultimate. There's no bigger enemy at Barstool than KMarko ever. KMarko is probably the number one enemy in the history of the Kirk Minihane Show. Not Kirk Minahane's career, but the show.
Oh, okay.
I mean, between
yes,
Albright
yes.
and he tried to get us fired twice.
Yeah. No, it would have to be him.
Yeah, and thankfully we have people bosses who understand he's a shithead and stepped in. I mean, if you go back and look at that, should be, if you want to do a history of the KMS show, Justin, episode, but look at the KMarko thing. That's an episode of itself. It's wild that Zonker thing happened. Absolutely wild.
Yeah, and there'd be a lot there if you went all the way back to the Michael Jackson thing. There's plenty there.
Oh, it's insane. Insane. We were lucky to get Dice to say that. He's so fucking pissed at Mike.
I like you guys. He wasn't pissed at me. He was, I think, amused by me.
My favorite of their podcast.
My cousin Vinny question.
I like you guys. I'm supposed to be out of here.
Oh! I haven't heard much from Dice lately.
No, not really.
Although I guess, what's he going to be doing in the last year?
Yeah, he still does stand up.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, you're not touring 6 months ago or something.
No.
Like, he's probably these guys are all getting on the road now, right?
Oh, yeah, he should be, I would think. He's going to be here at some point. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Gilbert's going to be here, actually. I meant to mention that.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
There you go, Cullinane.
Does Dice have a residency in Vegas? Maybe that's why. You just kind of fade into the abyss when you have a residency, kind of.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I doubt it.
He tours. I know that.
Yeah,
I don't
he
know
tours
if-
a lot. When's Gilbert? Where's Gilbert going to be?
I think he's in Providence at the Comedy Connection, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, but close enough.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but he won't. He never doesn't do anything though.
He does radio sometimes.
Yeah, but I think he's like.
But I don't know if he would come up to Boston to do it.
I'll
You know
go
what
to
I mean?
Providence for him.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the greatest.
He's hilarious.
What were you going to say, Dave?
I was just going to say my favorite part of that podcast was when they decided that their main goal is just to be on this show once a month. It's not just Sako.
Oh.
They want to be in studio with you once a month.
I'll consider that.
But again, that's a good goal. That's a good goal to have, though.
I couldn't get those guys out of here fast enough. I cannot believe how
We went to lunch.
you went to lunch with those guys?
Yeah, you made me.
I didn't think you would really do it.
Well, I took it as an order.
Jeez, there's two Cullinane. Swinging dick blog post Cullinane and going to lunch Cullinane.
As I was listening, I was wondering, is he really going to go to lunch with them? Because I don't know if he thinks. I couldn't tell if he thought you were actually being serious.
I totally thought he was being
Good.
serious.
Who was at that lunch?
Justin, the Mick guy, Christian, is it Augustus? Is his full name? Augustus?
I don't know.
Sorry, Augustus and Rob. That's it. Yeah, Rob.
Power
Madawaska
lunch.
Rob.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Right there, halfway
Halfway.
cafe. Yeah.
How bad was that?
It wasn't too bad. I just hung out with Rob most of the time.
Oh,
And that guy,
that's great then.
That guy Christian from the podcast was actually a nice guy. He was the bodyguard guy. He was a nice guy.
I'm
But
sure they're nice guys. I mean, it's just, you can't go begging the KMarko. That's the bottom line.
yeah.
They have assured you, though, that at Sako, they're going to be in the Minifans' faces, calling out these nerds.
Good. I hope they're welcome to do that. But I mean, they're not going to be on the big stage. The big stage right now is vacant.
Really?
Well, I mean, other than us, we got nothing leading into this show. These guys who came in here last Friday sucked.
But the
Lifeless. Fine, Dave's here. But lifeless, no ideas, So the old guy just came in here and crossed his legs and was like, yeah, I did radio. Oh, great. Get the fuck out of here.
Who was your favorite?
Of them?
Yeah.
Nobody.
If you had to pick.
I can't. I hate them all equally.
Who's somebody that could come in and win that? Like who would you impress?
Christopher
you?
Mad Dog Russo. I would say. Bruce Springsteen.
Like would would DEC and MHB show win that, or would you have just
Back in the old days?
Yeah.
Turkey, I'd like to perform for you.
What is going on with Andrew Augustus?
If there was a Mike and the Mad Dog reunion at Sako that wasn't broadcast anywhere.
There was a guy who did a great Mad Dog. It was on YouTube for a while, if it's still there or not. His Pac-Man Jones rant.
Oh, really?
The guy did an impression of it. He was great. Kick him out of the league! He was just, he's freaking out. He's losing his mind. I gotta listen. I haven't heard Mad Dog in forever. I gotta listen to him again.
Was it the guy that did Mike Zahn with him? There was a Chris Russo on Mike Zahn.
It might have been
one
the
time.
same guy. Yeah. Mike Song, has he been quiet lately?
Well, so was Francesa.
No, that's true.
Dies with him.
That's a good point. The bread was unbelievable.
My snowblower. I love my snowblower.
I tell you right now, guy to keep an eye on right now. Guy you can trust totally. Pontius Pilate. I trust him. Jesus is a good friend of mine. He told me that the other day. Bill Parcells, Jesus and I forget which one it is. He's talking about the religious one. It's very funny.
Pontius Pilate.
Pontius Pilate. Francesa, another guy. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, Francesa, Stern. When you're gone, you're gone. It's like you never existed. They just float away.
Yeah, you forget he was even there.
So I was listening to one of these Stern hate shows the other day for like a half hour. It might have been the one you don't like, Radio Gunk.
Okay. I don't dislike them.
They were bringing up something about the Stern. Oh, they played the sound of Stern announcing he's taking the summer off completely.
Yeah.
And the way he just said it was like, yeah, we're taking our sort of our usual summer break. We'll be back in September. And Robin was like, oh, yep. And they just kind of went on to something else. I was like, well, I know people are giving me shit about being gone the last couple of weeks, whatever. I don't care. That's fine. But like, if I said I was taking I'm gone from, today until after Labor Day, we would do a show just talking about why I was doing it.
Right.
Like, he's like, yeah, we're just doing I don't know why people are freaking out. Stern's like, we always do this.
And well, he said, I don't know why people are freaking out. Actually, no one's freaking out. That was the weirdest part. It's
Well,
like,
also that. Nobody, you're right.
He addressed it, but then took it back and made it seem like everyone. He said, I'm going to misquote him, but paraphrasing, he said something like people were like, good for you, you work hard.
Right.
Who the fuck said that? Howard?
that entire article was based off one Reddit comment. It wasn't even like a Reddit post. Somebody on Reddit just said this guy's lazy, and they wrote a whole article about it. Nobody really cares.
And I have I'll say this, I have zero issue with Stern signing the contract. It's not serious. They're nuts.
He's earned the right to be lazy if he wants. I don't understand. What I don't understand is why doesn't he just go to Spotify and say, I'm going to do a weekly or 10 episodes a year or whatever the fuck, and I'm going to interview Jennifer Aniston and
They're not going to pay
Alec
him what
Baldwin.
Sirius is paying them. Sirius, I think, it's one of these companies that's run by older guys who think that Stern is still important. And if Stern leaves, the stock will probably take a hit because it's other older people who don't understand that Stern doesn't matter anymore. Spotify, I think, would look at it and say, well, what are the numbers for this? Like, if Stern did a weekly interview show where you're right, like Dax Shepard or whoever.
Yeah,
it
but
wouldn't it wouldn't be as good, and it wouldn't do nearly as well. It
Prince
just wouldn't.
Harry, Obama.
Yeah, it would just be a.
Look at who they're giving money to, though. Call Her Daddy, $60 million. You know what I mean?
To me, Call Her Daddy is far more valuable property than Howard Stern at this point.
Oh, definitely. But is it worth 60? I'm saying they're throwing money
yeah,
at people
yeah.
that maybe don't deserve it, or maybe
Probably.
do.
I mean, yeah, you might. I mean, like look at Rogan. Like, they're bitching again about Rogan, right?
They're not.
Oh,
Did
they're
you
not.
read that article?
No, it was recycled.
It was the wildest thing. Maybe this happens all the time, and I just haven't seen it. I have not seen this from a mainstream newspaper where there wasn't one bit of new news about it.
Oh, it's just totally
It was
recycled.
every quote was from fucking October or prior. It was bizarre. It was like they redid the article and made it seem like it was written yesterday.
Rogan's interview with Tarantino was very good.
Yeah, I haven't checked that
Very
out.
good. Very, very good. Yeah. But other than that, I don't. I'll check in every once in a while with him, but not too much.
I forget that I want to listen to that Tarantino thing, and I just forget sometimes. But
The New York Times story I felt was just kind of blah. It didn't do much for me. The Rogan one, did you read it?
Oh,
It was
yeah.
it was okay. Like it didn't.
powerful guy.
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
No, the part about in the Rogan article about where he canceled Carlos Mencia though, and now all of a sudden, like,
Yeah.
you remember that? That was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of interesting.
Well,
Yeah,
he did, but that's not canceling. That's calling someone
I mean,
out
the
for
guy.
stealing jokes.
I mean, the guy was a joke stealer. Like I think he was. That's what a comic's supposed to do, right?
Yep.
Right. And again, that's not canceling. That's
No,
accusing
no,
someone.
no.
That's not saying you said this, so you shouldn't be allowed to say any more things.
Yeah, I
It's
thought that
saying
was
you
a
were
reach.
stealing jokes.
I thought that was a reach. Yeah,
Yeah.
completely. Speaking of being off the air, our friends at 93.7 this morning were struggling. Is what I understand.
I don't get what happened.
Were they literally off the air, Dave?
They were off the air. So all the tweets I saw, definitely by 6, because Greg Hill said the entire morning show wasn't on the air whatsoever.
But somebody told me it was on in Maine.
Yeah, oh yeah, like their
The
affiliates.
other
had it.
95.9 in Maine, all the other ones up there had it.
Yep.
Okay.
You think it was just a move for ratings? They figured more people would listen.
Probably. What's crazy is like one person tweeted at me, I forget who it was, and I saw the Radio Watch guy, Dave's buddy, who I think is actually Cullinane.
You guys have speculated that before. It's no.
That sounds like the answer of someone who's definitely running the account.
Sorry, sorry,
Sorry, I didn't have confidence behind that.
Well, Dave's like, you're speculating again. Like I spent a lot of time thinking about it. All I know is he just corresponds with Dave all day, so I assume it's Dave.
Right.
Then he had something about it. And then what's crazy about it is there was like nothing else about it. It's like, oh yeah, they're not on the air. Like
No one
cares?
noticed. No one gave a fuck.
No one knew.
Except a Twitter account dedicated to following the radio.
Correct.
And he didn't even say the call letters either. He just called them out. He said they don't have enough money to buy a backup transmitter. It's
Probably true. They're too cheap. Yeah. So they. What did you say to me? Would you text me, Dave? They were doing
Well,
a
they were
bit?
doing a bit. So here's their.
Well, hold on.
Go ahead.
It's a country 93.7 bit.
Yes.
Once again, like that's my joke.
Also, it's going to happen.
Right. But like that's my joke from like 3 years ago. Like do they have any
than that.
original ideas?
Yeah.
Like it is wild. Like they don't.
They think they're embracing it. That's the weird thing is embracing it would be letting Tim from Canton through and
Right.
not dumping out on it or something.
Was Tim from Canton here the other day?
He was outside taking pictures. Yeah, I think he was grabbing interviews and yeah.
Scary prospect.
Fuck.
Well, at least he didn't break in. He just.
That's even creepier.
That's
though, in a
way
when you
weirder.
do it.
Yeah.
Like that's like that's
I'm watching you.
right. It's like what's weirder, like two people doing like the most disgusting sexual act, or somebody in the dark room watching
Watching it? Yeah, definitely watching.
Right. Tim from Cannon's like the John Henry of this show. Again, I don't even know why it's.
I don't know what that
that's
means.
Wildly again speculative on my part. But I was doing once I left they go the country 90. What I think I would call them whatever, Hop Along Callahan
Yeah,
or something
yep.
like years ago.
Yeah.
Do they still Dave listens to the Greg Hill Show?
I do not.
Do
But go on.
they still play like drops from like old Curtis drops and stuff or no?
I don't think so. When I hear it, I
interesting.
haven't heard him now.
Okay, I don't know. So they had a bit ready this morning?
Yeah, they had it ready.
Oh, all right. I want to hear this.
It's Country 93.7.
Welcome to the new Country 93.7. I'm your host, Greg Hill,
Hold
with
on.
J. Charles.
Hold on. Like it's when you know it's dying right away, like you can tell Greg in the first sentence
He's
is
lost
like, it's like,
confidence.
fuck this. Why am I doing this?
I don't get it. Is it April Fools? Why the fuck are they doing it?
Because it's not working. They're saying they're changing the country. I don't even understand.
It's not even. I mean, it's just the towers. It's not even that big of a deal. Just like the
But
towers.
like, what's the bit though?
Yeah, but
I know
if
what
the-
Mike's saying. So what, like if you're in Maine, like,
Well, sometimes they turn radio stations off to flip, don't they? They just go dark
Yes.
and then they flip, and now
Right.
they're flipping the country.
But even if the if the power goes out, you're not like, well, certainly the station has
Well, Mike's trying to figure this
changed
out.
formats,
Mike,
but also kept
Mike,
all the
they're
employees.
stupid. They have no creativity. I'm sure Curtis was like, "Oh, Kirk did this once."
I
Like,
want them to
let's-
explain it to me.
Like, this would be like Sporty McKenzie or something. Go ahead.
It's Country 93.7.
Welcome to the new Country 93.7. I'm your host, Greg Hill.
Hold on.
You abandoned the accent
Hold on.
pretty
Hold on.
quickly.
Do you have to start over every time, Dave, or no?
I did right there, but I'm good now.
I like that Greg is so lazy, almost to his credit. He doesn't even change his name when he does this fucking bit. He's like, yeah, he's like, I'm Greg Hill.
I'm Greg Hill.
Fuck it.
An old Southern name.
He could be like Waylon.
Yeah, he just can't even do can't even do anything.
Billy Bob Hill or whatever the
Hop
fuck.
along, whatever. Like I don't, I like that. I almost admire Greg's laziness. Like Greg would tell you that. He did to me anyway.
He doesn't care.
No.
J. Charles Wiggins.
Howdy.
A huge country,
country
fan
thing?
right next to me. Top 5 favorite country artists? J. Charles.
I'm gonna have to go. Number one on the list would definitely be Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash
Okay,
by far.
Why are we laughing?
I can't.
Johnny Cash is a pretty good answer.
I can't.
I don't get the humor.
I can't do it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I want these explained to me.
And the ratings come out, I think, next week, and there's going to be blood. It's going to be worse. We'll be here, which will be good. It'll be worse than you've ever seen. Yeah. I've seen some of these numbers. Like, it doesn't matter.
Do they give a fuck?
No. I'm telling you, Jerry agrees with me on this one. David Field is not changing this simply because of me. He will not give me this.
He doesn't want to admit you're right.
No, he will not give me the victory lap. He's going to burn it all. He's going to be homeless. Until
these are the right decisions.
Right, he's just going to keep going and go. I mean, you got to admit, when Andy Gresh came in and did that video, he said he's going after 98.5 every day, man. This guy is
he can't stop talking about
crazy.
it. That's all I hear is Andy Gresh.
Oh,
Andy
my God,
Gresh.
he's insane. And their ratings are worse than they were when Dale was there, which means people who heard Dale every day, some of those people left. They said, I liked hearing Dale more than this. I'm going
they're
somewhere
all
else.
109 years old.
Well, no, they're 25, 54.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's insane.
Well, I'm not coming back no matter how much you beg me. I'm retired.
I know.
I left on my own.
Glenn's gone. They'll replace him with whoever. And I mean, it's just going to be a total disaster.
I would bet they don't even replace him. They just do Merlonian Foot. Saves money, you know?
Yeah, I think they'll put like a cheap,
Yeah.
boring host in. Like one of these, one of these guys here on the weekends. I don't
Just
even know.
steal someone from 98.5 again.
Yeah, right.
Well, they were speculating Trenny, right? And then Lou turned that. He knocked that.
They're
down,
not doing that. They're not fucking doing that. Trenny's busy anyway.
Yes, a lot of dates.
Relationships, and that romance.
They're getting noticed all the time. All the
It's not easy.
fanfare.
She's Boston famous.
Yeah.
All right, what else is going on before we play this other sound, which is going to annoy me? I don't want to be annoyed really that much.
Oh,
Well, this person's also annoyed. It's funny. You guys have a lot in common.
Who's annoyed?
The sound you're going to play.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jesus Christ. So in terms of Sako, we're done. Sales done. Tickets done. I do try and listen to a little bit of everything Minifan related. And Visionless Dave, who I do like, and Menners, who I don't like. We're doing one of their show on the network.
Yep.
The KM. What is it? The KM,
Gathering of the Goats.
What's the network called?
KMN Network. Kirk Minihane Network.
KMN Network? Kirk Minihane Network?
Kirk Minihane Network. KMN.
Okay. KMN. And they were saying, I guess somebody questioned them, why do we stop selling tickets after a couple of days? And they were like, oh, because tickets are slow. I'm like, you guys are fucking out of your mind. We sold them for 2 days. We sold like 300 tickets. Same pace as last year. If not, I just wanted to stop. First of all, I didn't want to sit there and hawk it for the next 6 weeks. And secondly, it's going to take, my mistake, if I made the mistake, was we should have done it over 2 nights, half and half like we did last year. That way I could see everybody and do the show. Didn't get to do that. Too bad. I learned my lesson. Next year we'll do it differently.
But also, I don't know. It's funny that there's speculation as well. Obviously, the business strategy is if tickets aren't selling, you cut it off early.
Right. Well, also, it's,
Clearly, this is a business move.
And look, I understand I have created this world, but there's no other world on a show on earth where people are like, geez, I wonder why is it because I get tickets are probably slow.
Yeah.
Like, just go to the fucking show or don't. Jesus. And the other guy, Visionless Dave, who's fucking cracked out of his head, is like, we did a show recently in the same area. Maybe it was a mistake watering himself down doing 2 shows in Maine. I'm like, what the fuck are you out of your mind? Sako and Madawaska, like 2 months apart, is not a big deal.
I get what he's saying for most fan bases, but the idea of Madawaska is getting people to fucking drive into the middle of nowhere.
Right, that's the whole point. There's 150 people there. There's going to be 1,000 people in
That's what I was going to say. You're still talking about 1,200 people going to be at Sako that are traveling a far distance to get
We
there.
sold 2 days for a drive-in movie theater in essentially the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
Either way, I don't care. Whatever. That's fine. I'm sure that show is fine. So, I say sentences like this just annoy me. So I was listening to Kirk off a little bit the other day.
Sure. Yeah.
Awful show. Guy who hosts it is honestly like, I don't know what the modern seriously had some car accident in his life or something. I have to
it's
think.
a fine program.
Or I'm like, I don't know what happened to him. Maybe when her mom was pregnant, his mom was pregnant with her, that she fucking, maybe her dad in the stomach with a baseball bat or something. Who knows? Wish he'd hit her more with a baseball bat.
I like the guy. There's one guy though. I think it's Blind Mike's daddy. That seems like he doesn't want to be there, or he's very nervous, or I don't know what's going on.
Awful, absolutely terrible. And then they have the annoying guy that you mentioned earlier.
August or Augustus.
Yeah,
Andrew,
Yeah,
right?
Andrew. That's right.
So it couldn't be more annoying. It's not possible to be more annoying than this person.
I remember waking up to a text one morning from you saying, "Do you feel like there's any more you can do in the business now that you've been on Kirking Off?" Or is that pretty much the pinnacle for you?
Yeah, at that point, I mean, you might as well call it a day. And I appreciate they listen to the show. Thank you very much. I'm sure they're good fans. I like them. And they had on this Kelleher guy who, I don't even hate. Like, he just did something.
That's a lie. You despise Rich Keller.
I don't. He was on a couple of years ago. He did something. I don't think about him, Dave.
You did hate him.
Sure, but life goes on. Like, I've moved on. I don't spend any time thinking about this guy.
Well, most people listening now probably don't know.
You think I think about Rich Kelleher a lot, Dave?
I mean, you're the one who texted me about him.
Yeah, he was on that show.
Yeah, and then you said you hate him.
Well, I hate him like I hate him.
Okay,
I don't really care.
Okay.
Like, do I?
It came off serious. Like, it came off.
I'm annoyed at you if this stuff is true. Wouldn't you be, Mike?
Listen, you can't get in the way of a brotherly relationship. Like, you fight with your brothers, but you also love them.
That's true. So he went on, whatever. So a couple of years ago, he came on our show a couple of times, whatever. He wore like a costume, right? He ate a bunch of hot dogs.
Yes.
Fine, great. And then wanted to sell some stickers or something. We asked him to stop doing it. He didn't. We got him on the phone, Steve and I in a conference call, asked him to stop. He said, sorry. And then he kept doing it. So I said, we're good. We're done. Then this was like his quest. He would send me messages like, Will said something. He's like, now are you going to go publicly and clear my name? And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I really don't know. I think he's got mental issues, and I hope he's going to be okay and everything. I don't really care. He's like, my issue is not with him. He's crazy. As a crazy person, fellow crazy person, we do what we do. My issue is more with Cullinane. If any of this is true, Cullinane's fired.
You're jealous that he has such a good friend?
Like, he's gone. He'll be in his car, and Justin will do the rest of the show. Like, there's not even...
What did he even say that was...
Why don't we play it?
Let's do it.
Okay.
All I care about is his success on the show. One, for him, and that I genuinely still care about him, and also to prove what he and I wanted to do 2.5 years ago, right, because now we have that opportunity.
Hold on. So what did you guys do 2.5 years ago?
That's a great question. I don't know. We just texted back and forth.
They built the Kirk Minihane Show.
About what?
The show and ideas and stuff.
Why are you
like
going
anybody.
ideas with him back and forth?
No, but why does it matter? It's just like talking to nobody.
I'm asking you.
We couldn't execute on the
Why
ideas.
what ideas and vision did you guys have?
I don't even know.
collaboratively
I don't know
together?
specifically what he's talking about, but just like fan ideas, social media ideas, whatever.
So you're not corresponding with him now
I talk to him now. Yeah.
about
why?
the show?
Oh, not like not on literal ideas. On
What do you mean literal
execution.
ideas? Figurative ideas?
Yeah.
Like what?
Just big ideas. Like, where do we all end up?
Like
after
what?
all this?
But I guess if he texted me an idea, why wouldn't I listen to the idea? And if it was good, pitch it to you. Why?
Because I don't want him involved in the show in any way, shape, or form.
Who gives a fuck where a good idea comes from? No, I get it.
Dave, I do. It's my show. No, I care.
No, I get it, but you have.
I don't
ability-
trust him.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't trust him, and I'm sure this will set him on, and that's fine. And I wish him nothing but the best. Like Maria Taylor. Hope everything goes okay. I don't trust him. I barely trust you. So,
Why?
what do you mean, why?
Why would you not? How have I not earned your trust in some capacity? All you've done is shit on me in the past, and I'm here. I still
Right. Okay. I like you. I just don't trust you.
Why?
Jerry told me
Where?
not to trust
That's
you, by
the
the way.
dumbest thing in the world.
Jerry told me not to trust you as
Why?
well.
Why would Jerry say
Ask
that?
Jerry.
I will ask Jerry.
Good, ask him.
Snake.
Why am I on the phone with like producer number 6 yesterday trying to help that person?
That's your issue, not mine. You shouldn't be work for me, not for him.
I was helping. Yeah, whatever. Okay, go on.
What do you mean, whatever? You don't?
No, I do, and I was working for you.
Who do you work for?
Kirk Minihane.
Okay, then who's producer 6?
Who do you
Well,
play for?
I didn't want to be an asshole. The person was,
Who?
Alice Shattuck, Tom's wife,
Is producing Jerry's show now?
today.
Jesus Christ. Poor Jerry.
Does Jerry know any other people? Is it just like
Well,
you?
I kind of
and
like
no
that.
shit.
I like that move. That's a nice move. I like that move.
I mean, who cares?
I know. You're
Great. Anyway.
Yeah.
So my point is, do you understand what I'm saying though, Mike? If you hear that, you're like, the idea of the two of them scheming and talking about the show.
Yeah, it makes you uncomfortable.
It's just annoying.
It makes you
just an
uncomfortable.
annoyance.
It's scheming is such an over the top way to look at it.
I don't think so.
I kept in touch with him after all that shit. And in fairness,
And first of all, I go back. Sorry, Dave. I listened to the rest of it. I am skipping through. And like, if you didn't know better, you would have thought, like, I grabbed this guy in an alley, pinned him down, took a baseball bat, and raped him with it. When he talks about the collage, he's like, I didn't even know, but he's like, I've talked to people who've gone through what I've gone through. I was like,
I was able to move past.
I was like, you did something with stickers, and like, you don't think you were wrong, and I think you were wrong, and like, life goes on. Like, I don't understand what I did.
Yeah, but think of the romantic drama you're creating if you don't allow Cullinane to talk to this guy.
He can talk to him all he wants. Just
gazing
keep
at
it away
each other
from me.
through
I
the
don't give a
window.
fuck. Like, it's just like, I mean, this is, but he's nuts. That's okay. I'm also nuts. I'm just saying, like, my issue is, he's not the issue. Dave's the issue.
Well, in fact, to his credit, a lot of this stuff kind of annoyed me that he said, but you can tell he's doing his best to not sound crazy.
Okay, but
You know
he's
what I
doing, sure, Mike, but he's doing his best to say he doesn't want to be part of the universe anymore on the Kirk and Off show.
Well, yes, but I'm saying I'm grading on a curve
he's not
here
going to Sako,
and
though.
saying
What?
that his perspective is a little skewed, but he's trying not to be like that, I think.
I don't. Oh, I think he's manipulative.
Oh, maybe.
I think he's just. I think he wants to be part of this so bad that, you know, if we had him come in tomorrow, he'd have that cost.
So isn't that a good thing that you have somebody who's willing to have a conversation with him, that he can read the
No.
situation so that he
No.
can't manipulate you?
I don't know that you
I
can
feel.
read
I
the
feel
situation.
safe. It's not. I'm not going to be manipulated by him, Dave.
Oh, I'm just saying.
I feel safe that I'm going to be able to master him mentally and not be manipulated by him.
But I like that Dave's like, listen, someone that can kind of read him a little
slow
bit.
down. Why
not
The
just-
guy who
why-
brought him in.
Slow down.
Yeah, just, you know, talk to him. Or Dave talks to everyone. So I mean, that's fine. I mean,
Yes.
It's part of his charm.
I guess I don't know, but I mean, I hear the sound. I'm like, what the fuck?
Delivering a fan experience, like being a fan and knowing, like, hey, like, we want to sell this because people will buy it, or just being a little bit more interactive, social media type stuff that was like my background. Like, that's the stuff that we would talk about forever, and now he's actually able to implement it and do it. And
You're
you know,
fired.
I want to see him succeed, and I wouldn't want to ask anything that
He
would.
just wants the best for me. That's all. He just wants the best.
Talk forever about this?
We just text. That's all. Yeah.
Like what? Read the
But
last few
about their
texts.
future, what don't you get?
Let's see.
What?
He calls into the hits in the mornings,
care
and
about that.
people like him there. And, you
Great,
know.
I don't care about that. But like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they're talking about like me. It's my show.
Yeah, but as
And they're
fans,
sitting
we
there,
didn't
"Well, you
have
work
any-
for me now,
No,
shithead."
now is different.
So
He's
read-
talking
so-
about the past.
So what are the texts? When's the last time you texted them?
Let me see. I think it was about golf. He invited me to golf. He went golfing with Madawaska Rob.
Jesus Christ.
Also, I forget what this guy did. Like, I always have a soft spot in my heart when I hear him because I can tell he's like
I thought
going
you
through.
hate him for
but then,
that, Mike.
but then I remember he'll call me a liar and say that
Oh, I
I'm.
don't care. Like, I don't even care about the sticker thing. Something happened with stickers, and we confronted him,
Yeah.
and he admitted it,
Yeah.
and then
Whatever.
he got all worked up about fucking the idiot Will or something. I don't even care.
Yeah.
But like, I think, you know, whatever. It's just annoying. It's annoying that Dave's sitting there scheming. It's fucking.
I'm not scheming.
I don't
I'm
trust
not-
this fucking
Shut
guy at
up.
all.
I'm not scheming. This
Carlson
is like,
Mosdeys, Jerry Callahan, person after person, like, you do not trust this fucking guy.
you are such a dick. No
It's true.
fucking way.
Dave, it's true.
Because
What do you
I
want me to say?
communicate with people. I'm willing to have conversations.
Dave, what do you
with
want me to
all.
say? Everyone.
Then they're whiny bitches. What the
Fine.
fuck did I do?
I'm just
to-
telling you.
What did I do to Carlson? What did I do to fucking Jerry? I did nothing to these
Okay,
people.
just tell me what they told me.
Well, I'm telling you, it's fucking bullshit.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. And I think you're scheming.
I will say, I didn't know why we were doing a show today until I saw Alan Dershowitz trending on Twitter, and I was like, uh-oh.
Well, it's just fucking annoying. It's annoying. But anyway, whatever. What, any other sound from that jumps out to you, Dave?
Nothing. I like that he builds a. He,
When everything like went down and like in the public way that it did, which was just awful. My God, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. I like made this.
Hold on.
Which is
hold on. What happened?
He was
Dave, you know because you
humiliated.
texted them all the time. So
no,
what?
he just.
What do you mean no?
Dave, what are his biggest fears?
No, I don't. Well, first of all, I don't retain any of the shit that I talk to about most people with most people.
Now
but
he's too cool.
I love it.
No,
This guy, you know, honestly, I trust Keller more in this story than I trust Dave.
You're so ridiculous.
Because at least I know where he's coming from. Keller is like, hey, listen, I got, you know, back and forth, like the dreams for the show and
Oh
the
my
texts.
God,
And,
you're so
you know, in the
fucking
middle of the
dramatic.
night, Dave would be like, oh, they'd be texting back and forth, like, oh, do you think, you know what we could do maybe is we go live on YouTube. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
People seem to like it,
Oh, and then
so.
Dave will be like, yeah, and then one day, Rich, after a while, Kirk, like, you'll be part of the show. Don't worry about it, buddy. You'll be part of it. You'll be
That's
part
not.
of it.
That's
What if
not,
we opened a
that's-
bar together?
That's right what it's like.
Those are conversations that are not happening. It's all my point is we just used to shoot the shit. That's how it goes. And every now and then,
Well, he said endlessly and forever, so.
I don't think that he classified it a little bit differently than I look at it.
He
But
exaggerates.
we are
I
in
think that was
communication.
my point.
He has my cell phone number. He can text anytime. He can call. I will answer and respond. That's who I am. Sorry.
That's your defense.
That's my defense. I'm not scheming with Rich Keller.
Okay, I don't believe you. Go
That'll
ahead.
be the sound they play as they drag Justin has to drag him out of here.
No
What,
doubt.
what could we scheme about? I don't even know. Like, what could we pull off
I
together?
just don't like the idea that you're talking with someone I don't trust about my show.
That's a whole
that I
different
built.
thing. Like if you said,
I'm
I
just
don't
telling you. I'm just telling you. You asked the question. That's all.
These are also a guilty man's answers. What could we possibly? What,
You're such a dick.
what would we even?
What are you even saying? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I think I said to you, he's harmless. First of all, he's harmless. That's all. My thing is kind of the ego thing.
You
Like,
randomly follow Mike around the 7-Eleven once.
yeah, that was
he wasn't. He happened to be there.
remember
that was a total
that,
coincidence.
Remember that stupid video you guys did? He like shoved all that shit in his mouth and you made him puke or whatever. Remember that?
He ate dip.
He ate dip or whatever. I don't know.
That's
That was just good old fashioned.
He's an adult. Like, he could have not done that.
Yeah, true.
You know, I wasn't there for that. I guarantee I wasn't there.
You
for
were
that.
not actually.
No.
You got up and left.
But you can admit that like when you go after people deal with it in strange ways. I dealt with it when I was on the show with you. You went at me and I was a little bitch about stuff. Right. Okay. So he's been a little bitch times.
It's been like 3 years, 2 years, whatever. Like it wasn't that big
He's
of a deal.
finally coming out to tell his story.
I mean, nothing happened. He did something with stickers. Whether we agreed or disagreed,
Okay.
maybe he's right. Maybe I don't care.
Yeah, but he seems over. I mean, he's talking about it here.
He's telling
But
he's like fucking crying about it, Kirking off.
Now, I get shit all the time for saying, where were these victims a few years ago? Why didn't they speak up earlier?
Damn
and
right.
now that's what you two are doing.
Damn right. Jesus Christ. Go ahead. Play whatever you want.
I stayed up until 5 o'clock in the morning working on it, and it was
Work on what?
again.
I was long gone by now. I was
self-awareness
like,
now.
he made a collage about how depressed he was over all the actions that took place from the show and stuff like that.
oh, okay.
I don't know. He's just
Okay, I don't care. We've given too much.
you've
My
beat
issue's
it.
not with him. My issue's with you.
It's a stupid issue and whatever. I'll talk to anybody. There you go. Anybody listening to this, DM me, text me, whatever. I'm gonna get back to you. I'm trying to be a nice guy. I'm not an asshole. So fuck all those people who call me an asshole.
Who called you an asshole?
Jerry.
No, he didn't.
Carlson.
No, he didn't.
They just called me a snake. That's worse than calling somebody an
Didn't
asshole.
trust you. That's all.
I don't know what the fuck did I?
You said you have no real moral fiber.
I didn't say you're an asshole. Everybody thinks you're a nice guy.
All right, good. Yeah, good talk.
What do you want me to say?
I'm upset by this.
Oh, it sounds like your issue with Jerry.
I'm upset that you buy into that shit too.
I trust. I listen to Jerry. I've known Jerry a long time.
It's fine.
It's fair.
Yeah, Carlson I've always liked when people, other people in the business. So when they say these things, I think, well, maybe,
Your wife called
in
once
the back
and said,
of
don't.
right, right. It's true. Yeah, what are you gonna do? It's fine, but again, I just think of them like anybody, is Dave and anybody talking about my show. Dave was doing his fucking show with Jerry. Like, do your fucking show with Jerry. Leave
Yeah,
my
but
show alone.
fans are doing that 24/7, right? Like fans are talking about
now
what
you're
they-
producing the show.
No, that's fine. But he is
Thank you.
referencing times from 2 years ago.
I don't
Like,
think so.
he's
I think you guys are still doing it now.
scheming.
Just doing your show ideas.
Okay, but either way,
Like
aren't
what?
I over the top with not I wouldn't say over
What
the top.
ideas?
No, but I just mean everything
Like what ideas? What ideas have the two of you put together?
I honestly
Like the
don't.
fucking
I honestly
Wright
don't know
brothers. Like,
specifically.
what ideas?
I honestly don't know specifically what he is.
Well, give
referencing.
me a spitball one. Go ahead. Like, no idea?
Dave, to refresh your memory, picture you're laying belly down with your legs up, texting.
He's always into like those sticker ideas, like
I don't-
fan engaged stuff where then they
Great.
take to social media. That's all.
Wonderful.
But I just told you, like everything
what
I
is your
do, I
response
run
to
through
that?
you. He hasn't given me an idea lately.
Well, nobody
about
ran that fucking Great Gatsby thing through me. Justin tweeted out he was going to do it.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Like, there's.
I ran my idea through you. I said I want to do a watch along thing.
I know
You
you
said
did. You
yes.
did, Dave. You're a good boy. Yes,
Oh,
you
that's
did.
why
You're better than
run,
Justin.
No, that is not the case. I run everything by you. So whether
Yes,
it's from
you
Rich
as you
Kelleher or
should.
not, I'm going to run it by you.
Also, if I can defend Justin, some ideas transcend permission.
Sure, I
There's some you're like,
understand.
why even bother the guy? It's so good.
That is one of them.
I'll be
That is
honest,
true.
that was a little not strange. Maybe we could bring Justin here.
Sure,
He said,
it's stupid. I
He
mean,
said,
yeah.
I think his wording was, I think I'm gonna X. And I took that as either he talked to you or he just was taking charge and was going to do it.
I'm gonna X. What does that mean?
Yeah, is that me being a pussy?
Put
Probably.
them on. I know
Yeah.
I know what you're
Justin,
talking
right.
about, but okay.
Yeah.
Cullinane language, as always. Just babbling away about nothing.
The great Gary. The more I
Maybe,
think about it,
maybe so you can't trust him. You just don't understand him. Maybe his language, he's
That's
actually...
probably it. That's
yeah,
fair.
I don't think he's an untrustworthy guy.
That's fair.
Jerry said he didn't trust him.
Well, I think Jerry's on
Did
edge.
he say that this weekend?
Yes.
You really got into him.
Yeah.
Fucking serious?
Yeah. I hate to...
So this is my-
I hate to bring us on the air, Dave.
No,
but
I'm
yeah.
dead serious. So this is my biggest, and I'm honestly mad about this.
Okay.
My biggest problem is I really want his show to succeed. I want the best for his show. Why he thinks I would personally do something to jeopardize the success of his show by hiring the wrong producer on purpose because of hatred of somebody else, allegedly. Why he thinks I
Absolute
would do that
fact.
to hurt his future of the show. I wouldn't do that.
Then
I
why
honestly
did you
would
do
not
it?
I believe the kid could do what he fucking said he could do, and I didn't go to his goddamn house.
Well, you made a mistake.
I own my mistake.
Okay.
Okay. That's
What
it.
do you want me- I'm
and
not-
then I went with a gut call about
I hate
who
to
I
get
thought-
you wound up like this, but this is what Jerry said. Quote, I don't trust the guy. End quote.
It also, in Cullinane's defense, it's weird. What is he, a CEO? He gets to pick his replacement.
Yeah.
Like, well, now you get to fill my
No,
seat.
but I know I have to help. I
Mike,
knew
I'm
I
making
had
the
to
whole-
help.
Mike, I'm
Jerry.
making the whole thing up.
No. Listen, I
He's a
think
snake.
his new guy's doing well.
Who's that?
Craig. I should say Ironhead. The listeners will probably not,
Ironhead, that's
know who I mean.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Jerry gave Craig a nickname.
Why?
No idea.
Is it Craig Hayward?
I think Craig asked for it. I think he said,
That-
I want
what's
you to call
Craig's
me
last name?
Ironhead. Oconee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Craig
Anyway,
Ironhead
Jesus
Oconee.
Christ. Why is Justin up? What are we doing?
Well, you wanted to ask about the Gatsby.
No,
idea.
you did. You
Oh,
said let's bring him up.
no, I said when you.
So why did you just do it without asking permission?
For the reading of the Gatsby,
Yes.
you said go wild with the YouTube.
Okay. Before you do anything, just throw text Dave and I. Okay.
And when you think wild,
Okay.
Okay.
Why'd you look away like you're frustrated?
No, so
I
this is
didn't
what,
look.
now this is what I'm saying.
Looking at Mike.
Well, hold on.
Stop.
Shut up, Dave. Shut up for a second. Jesus, why you're not as bad as you were on Friday. What are you so yappy for?
Oh, I just to defend him and defend.
Well, let him do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Do you trust Dave?
No.
Okay, good.
Why? Why the fuck?
There's just something about you.
What the
Dave.
fuck?
Go ahead,
I
Justin.
think I was on record a couple weeks ago where I said,
Okay, well, I'm sorry I forgot.
No,
that.
but
I
not
could
your
forget that.
corny like I hate him because I'm obsessed with.
Shut
Sako.
up, Dave. Why? So if you have an idea on YouTube, I'm all for that. When I say go crazy, think of anything, and then just if you're gonna do something, text us first.
got it.
Is that fair?
Yeah, of course.
Does that upset you or no?
No.
Okay. Thank you, my young Padawan.
there's a real hatred between these two, it seems. I didn't know that.
Good. They kill each other. We can only hope.
It'll be fun.
All right, I want to take a few calls. I want to talk to these
Yeah, let me
people.
line
I
it
want
up.
to talk. Let's line them up. And Cullinane had this big post on Barstool. I don't know if you read that or not, Mike.
No. He wrote a blog?
Yeah, he did like his cool guy post, like, this guy takes Kirk takes a lot of time off from work. That whole thing. Like if it was up to me, we'd always be here. Like, I'm like, oh god, oh yeah, Dave, Twitter loves you. Great. And this whole thing was he did something the other day, and I don't know if you saw this when I was about him producing. He's like, yeah, I said something about how he sucks so far. He's like, yeah, too bad I got you guys to laugh for the first time in a year. Like, yeah. I bet you go back, pick any show in the last year. We laughed more than you did in 2 years on Jerry's fucking show.
You seem pretty triggered by that post. You handled it well when I wrote it, but now you seem pretty triggered by it.
Yeah, I'm
Cullinane gives you the
devastated
business.
by it, Dave.
He gives you the business.
It was funny. Come on, you got to admit it was funny.
I didn't read it.
Oh bullshit! I asked for your approval again.
I said,
ran
yes,
it
I
by
don't care
you.
what you wrote on it. Write whatever you want. I just saw the end was like, yeah, he's going to be on more vacation. I'm like, oh, this whole
It's a joke. It's
I know it's a
sarcasm.
joke, stupid, but this whole, Dave's whole thing is like, yeah, I'm the cool guy now.
Oh, sure.
Twitter loves me.
It'd be great if you didn't read it and it was just like your address and fucking personal
Could have been.
information.
I make no sense. So I don't. How am I the cool guy if I don't make any sense?
You're governed by Twitter.
That's what's cool
You
about
are governed. What you want to do, because a couple people will be like, and Dave's done a decent job so far on the show. Not great. Decent.
I think he's done a great job.
Decent.
There is a learning curve.
And everyone's like, oh, he's got this crowd, which is great. And they're like, oh, the show's fun now that Steve's not there. So Dave's like, grabbing on.
No,
They're
that
like,
is not
oh,
true.
we're having a good time
That is
now.
not
It's
true.
Mr. Fun.
Yeah, the laughs are back now. I'm like,
That's me bullshitting with you. I have not liked one of those tweets.
Who
I have not
bullshitting with who?
retweeted-
What do
Like
you mean
you just giving you shit back and forth because it's
okay.
fun. I'm sorry.
It is
I'm
fun.
building camaraderie between the two of us. Is that
I don't
fair?
want any
Two guys
camaraderie.
bonded.
No, we're
between the
gonna
two
have
of us.
camaraderie. It's gonna be.
And you're really upset about the case, huh?
Yeah.
Good, that pleases me.
All right. Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, you can have do it.
All right. We tweet it out. If you want to retweet it, we can get
Sure.
some things going here.
Let's get some things going. To produce the case?
Yeah. Steve Robinson.
You definitely have a plan. That's what you didn't. You wouldn't address that on Friday.
Probably Craig Coney, I would think.
That'd be good. That'd be great, actually.
Just giggling the whole time.
He's a good laugher.
Oh, God, does he suck.
I think he's doing a fine job.
At what?
Like Jerry's podcast.
Is he? Is he
Yeah.
going to get that job?
I don't
Why
know.
isn't he doing it today?
Well, so he works. You know,
Oh,
like
it's
it's
the knife sharpening thing?
Yeah, I don't know if Jerry's offered him enough to leave his job, but
I would say probably not.
I would
I
think
don't know. What were you making there, Dave?
I'm not going to divulge on that. That's Jerry's business.
I know. but
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
keep it
okay.
quiet. No, but see.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Out of
I'm a
respect for Jerry.
trustworthy guy. I'm a trustworthy guy. That's Jerry's business.
Okay.
And he might be negotiating with other people now. So
over under $100,000 a year.
under.
I would say
Yes.
under.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Knock a 0 off there. You're getting close. Or a 1. You're getting close. Either one.
wasn't about the money for me. It was about working with an absolute
passion.
legend,
Total
and helping
legend.
out Kirk. To be honest, Kirk reached out to me and said you should do this, and that's
I did.
part
We
of
had
it.
convert. Yeah, I brokered that deal.
It's a long favor.
As I always say, no shit.
You're right. I was trapped.
As I always say, like I helped Jerry get his producer, and Jerry tried to talk my producer out of not coming.
Yeah, I
Not you, Steve. Like,
no,
he-
I know, but
he-
I remember disagreeing with that whole process.
Like he was like, yeah, you're gonna maybe trying to be. I don't know. Do you think if Steve had stayed at Howie, right? So he stays. He doesn't. He doesn't want. And Steve really wanted. Like he was pushed hard to come here, and I give him credit. Like, that was good thinking. Like you don't go from fucking. You stay in AM radio. Do you think he'd be like? Do you think he would have stayed? Do you think he would have stuck it out for another 2 years? He'd be hosting Grace's show now, like the middays.
Oh, maybe. I was going to say he would try to leave for, someone bigger, like national
his own
or
or
whatever.
something?
But yeah, maybe middays would have made sense for him. Because he only
Maybe.
would have had to stay a year, right? That was
you would
only
know
like a year.
none. You would know none of these crazy things about him.
I know.
He'd just be Howie's producer. He'd be like, oh, you'd hear him maybe once in a while. He'd be like, oh, there's that political drip.
Yeah.
And that you wouldn't know all these fucking wild, crazy things about
You
him.
would have hung yourself as you will in 2 years with this guy?
No shit. Well, Dave won't last 2 years. No chance. All right, who's up first?
774.
774. Good morning. You're on a bonus edition of the Kirk Minihane Show with Mike Geary, Justin Trudell, Dave Cullinane, and Kirk Minihane.
Well, it's not a good morning for me, Kirk. This is beyond average Mick, and you have just pulled us off the Saco live show. I need to know why right now.
I laid it out beyond average, Mick. You were a KMarko guy. This is not. There's no.
No,
like,
I'm not a
if you go,
KMarko guy.
yeah. Hey.
No,
Shut
I
up.
tagged him in a
Shut
tweet.
up. Shut up for a second. If you're begging for KMarko's friendship, for publicity from him, you're post last summer, November. I saw the tweets. My friend Visionless Dave tweeted out. You turned your back on the Kirk Minihane Show. You go begging for KMarko. Here's what you do. When KMarko has his live show at the drive-in movie theater, you can do a 7-hour podcast
Give me a break.
before.
You sound like such a pussy. Give me a break. You really do. You sound like a trust issue pussy. Seriously.
There's no trust issue. You are a KMarko guy. There's no big deal.
No, I'm not a KMarko guy. Tagged him in a tweet along with 12
Correct.
other Barstool people trying
Correct.
to get people to read a block.
Yeah, right. Well, that's life.
How's that being a KMarko guy?
That's life, and you're out.
That's someone who has ambition. That's someone who's trying to find a name for himself. What are you talking about?
Yes, and I hate KMarko. You knew that last summer, and you went to him. You're a KMarko guy. You're dead. You're out.
What are you talking? I'm not a KMarko guy, though. That's such a ridiculous thing to say.
It's your fault, man. Listen,
I've been
you should
following
have
your
done.
show. You know how much
You
I've
should
been
have done
talking
it.
about your show for the last month?
How much what?
I talk about your show every day on the podcast.
Oh, that's very helpful to me. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Who else are you gonna put up there? I mean, seriously though, like me and Chris actually have ideas.
I would honestly put up. I would put up nothing before. Instead, I would put up Kirk and off before that. That's how down I am on you right now.
That just shows more you. Oh my god.
I'll put up anything. Here's the thing. This is your fault. You know it. If you give a real apology right now, I will let you back in.
I don't know if I believe you.
No, I do. I wouldn't lie. I don't know you. Yeah.
This is a tough decision for the boy.
Listen, you really, I know what's going to happen here. I'm going to say sorry, but I'm going to take the bait, and I'm going to get hung up on. So, Kirk, I'm sorry.
I hang up on you.
You know what? I am sorry. I am sorry for trying to make a name for ourselves and tagging KMarko. I shouldn't have done that, and that is the only thing I'll apologize for.
All right, fair enough. No chance. You're not going to Sako. You're out. You're out. All right, see ya.
I like the kid.
I don't.
He's right, though. He's trying. Like, that's...
Here's the other thing, though, Mike. By the way, like, really? Let's say that he goes to Sako and does the podcast there. No one there is going to listen to it. Nobody's going to subscribe to that stupid thing.
Well, that's what I was saying, where I'd be very excited for it, but, like, once you have... In hindsight, he will have to say that didn't really matter for him.
You're going to look out there, right, in the middle of the afternoon. You're going to be staring at fucking... whoever, R.A. Minihane, stuffing a hot dog in his face.
Right.
Not even paying attention, talking to another stupid Minifan about nothing.
Yeah, there's a mud pit.
No,
for some reason.
No, the Minister of Fun, Madawaska Rob, he's playing golf with Rich Kelleher, this loser. You hang out with your fucking kids. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I do kind of respect how he's owning the fact that he's using you, though.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
What I mean? Like, there's other shows you've alluded to that they try to use you for your audience and stuff. He's just owning that.
Including Jerry's.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
He's not. His show's not. He's not bad. The kid's not bad.
Oh, I listened to 2 seconds. It was brutal.
I don't think he's terrible.
Unlistenable.
When he's not doing you, he's good.
Same as anything else. Just whatever. Every other podcast other than mine sucks. And patreon.com/blindmike, of course.
Thank you very much.
Patreon.com/blindmike, where this week, you get somebody else on Mike's show talking about fucking killing themselves.
That's
There's
right.
a crew of fucking
That's the free episode.
babies. Jesus. God.
It's important to talk about these things. And then we realized it was going to be the free episode.
If you talk about killing yourself,
talking about other stuff.
If you talk about thinking about killing yourself and you don't kill yourself like I do all the time.
Yeah.
That's kind of a pussy move.
You're a coward.
But I have gone into I've been locked up. So in rubber rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
So I give myself some I'm
a phony.
Yeah, I'm in the middle. Like I'm not like Artie Lang is all in. Like he didn't die, but he's as close as you can get. He stabbed himself a million times with a knife in the stomach.
Right.
But like guys like Mike and who's this idiot?
Oh, Matt.
Matt.
Yeah.
Matt, do us all a favor, okay?
Poor Matt.
Enough talk, a little action.
So I'm kind of like a rapper that claims to have lived a street, and then you found out I went to like theater camp or something.
You know you are Brian Williams. That's who you are. That's it's like
it's very hurtful.
You got No, I hope Matt's gonna be okay. What was his issue?
I'm sure it'll be all right. I don't know. He disappeared. He went on a date and it went horribly, and he disappeared. Like Craig didn't hear from him for a couple weeks.
Is he back now?
He is back.
Okay, he's all right though.
I believe so.
Okay, well, I'm thinking of him.
Is he the one that Craig wants to we want to find him a date in Saco?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We got to find him a girlfriend.
Matt, I feel for you. I hope for you. Don't be one of these guys who reaches out to me and tells me you're going through stuff though.
Oh, he won't. He
Good.
won't.
I got enough of that in my life. Jesus Christ. God. All right. Hello.
You really do, because I get some that say, "Hey, can you reach out to Kirk for me?"
Endless.
Yeah.
Endless. No psychos out there. Jesus Christ. I got my own problems. You think I'm doing all right? Christ. I'm looking at right now in this room.
732.
That's only me. What do you mean?
Hello.
Hey, Kirky.
What's up?
I saw Florentine opened. It got me thinking, why don't you guys no longer really do the Florentine content? And, I just give.
All right, thanks. Your phone stinks. I know what you're getting at. We should do some Florentine at some point. It's been too long.
Yeah, you think people miss him?
I know I do.
Yeah.
Boy, we were rough on him at the start.
Yeah, but
he's still there, right? He's still here? He's still Barstool?
I don't think it was anything he would have gotten mad. It was just making fun of his podcast. There was no personal.
It's almost a favor. It felt like such a strange hire, to be honest with you. So,
well, Dave liked that old
the VH1 show,
metal show. Yeah.
Dave Portnoy.
Yeah. He's like, I like that show.
I remember he goes, maybe we'll bring that back, and that was never discussed.
No, that's. We've got something ambitious cooking though for Sako.
Ooh, really?
If I can pull it off, I feel. I don't know.
This.
Justin, you feel like you can pull this off?
Justin. He's on like a minute delay. Justin.
He'll tell you. Don't worry. He'll tell you in a few.
Say what's up. I like he takes his time to just.
He's got the earbuds.
You got to hustle a bit when you're on the air. You know?
I also like that you call him in for yes or no answers, so it takes like 5 minutes, and then finally he's like, yes, I believe so.
This is an ambitious project you and I are working on for Sako, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Think we can pull it off?
Of course.
Okay. What do you think the budget's going to be for this baby?
50, 60,000?
I don't think it'll be that much, but okay. Goodbye.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Oh, man, what could this be?
You might be part of it, Mike.
Oh God.
Dave's not.
Wow.
What?
That's just.
Is Dave at least on the text?
I'm not even going to go. I'm not even going to go there after last week.
What? I mean,
you have trust issues. Look at that. I know nothing about what just happened.
Well, it has nothing to do with you.
Oh, you don't know about this? That's
It's nothing to do with you producing the show. What do you guy call Justin up just to piss Dave off like that?
Yeah, I don't think so at all.
Well, it's got something. You have enough on your plate for Sako, wouldn't you say?
Sako's not crazy. I can do more. Give me more. Come on, let's go.
I'm not that busy.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah. I can actually get kicking my feet up.
Dave was ready to hand over the YouTube show network the other day.
You know what I meant by that.
I didn't. You're like, yeah, Rob. I want Rob to handle the YouTube channel. Why?
Oh, I just meant like somebody that's really into it that can help maintain it. Sure, stupid idea.
You can do stuff for it. That's fine. But you're in charge. I thought you were in charge.
I'm good. I will definitely help grow the Kirk
What's new?
Minihane network.
What's coming up on there? What ideas do you?
Same old shows, but now no, I am not putting anything together, Kelleher. But
same old shows, fresh spin.
I will definitely.
what an idea! Same new shows.
Is it fair to say that I'm putting more emphasis on what? The Kirk Minihane Show YouTube, not the Kirk Minihane Network. I'm trying to boost that up. If you looked at it, you would notice the difference.
What are the two?
There's a show YouTube.
There's the one that has all the shows on it, like
that's the Kirk Minihane
like Justin's
Network.
show. I subscribe to that.
That's the network.
Okay.
We have our own show channel where we're streaming live right now.
Oh, we do?
Yes. That's
why
I
subscribe to that.
Go subscribe. You get an alert on the screen. It's actually kind of cool.
I didn't even know that.
Oh,
so this show now is not on that channel.
This show is on the Kirk Minihane Show YouTube channel.
The one that like Justin's show is on.
No.
Justin's
okay, I don't know.
Justin's wrap-up show is now on the Kirk Minihane Show.
That's a show
channel.
I point out too on that. Like that's like the Tonight Show of that network.
That's the big get. I will say this though. You know what Dave's great at? Like
Go on.
I watched him host one of these fucking wrap-up shows. Like, he could replace Chris Harrison. Like, I think that's his calling, is being on one of these fucking reality
He's
shows.
got a lot of
That's not
similarities to
true.
Chris Harrison. I'll say that.
That's not true.
I thought you were very good at that.
On what? What are you talking about?
He did some wrap-up show, and he's very...
For us?
Yeah, he's very personable.
Oh, you're talking about Great Thinkers, the one you stole. You stole the idea from for Mike and the Minifans.
Did you do a new one of those?
No.
No, that's not what I'm thinking.
You're talking about
okay.
on this, like he did something for our show?
Yeah, the other day it was on YouTube.
That's the one you sent me the link for?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's good at that.
So that's for the main show's YouTube. The reading of the Great Gatsby was on the Kirk Minihane network.
Right, okay. So I guess subscribe to the other ones.
Yes.
I should probably do that.
You should probably do that.
I'm not going to do that. All right.
All right, 508.
Have the bell, you get all the notifications.
Good,
You know right when they go live.
So this is a question. This is a question for Dave.
Yes.
All right. So when Jerry's podcast first started, you guys were originally supposed to do the show from Kirk's studio, but then you and Jerry reneged on the deal, and we never really got down to like what really happened.
Hold on
You
one
said
second.
that
All
you
right,
were
yeah.
snake.
So that's the famous do one.
Correct.
Yes, which was great.
Well, yeah, that was the pilot or whatever, the test
Right,
show that we
right.
did. Yeah.
Where you were
Okay.
like, Jerry's like, I don't know if I want to call it the Jerry Callahan Show or podcast.
What's the name of this going to
Yeah,
be?
but you know you had that conversation with Steve in advance of launching the show. You weren't just like, oh, the Kirk Minihane Show. You
I
must have.
did. I figured it was going to be that. I didn't know what else it would be.
Yeah, you just didn't care.
I don't want to call it. No, I care. I just don't want to call it anything. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Pardon my, those guys are.
But it's
you know what
not
I
an
mean?
outlandish conversation. It's easily mockable, but everyone has that conversation.
No, you understand what's funny about it was the discomfort in the room between you two.
There was no discomfort. We were totally fine. There was no discomfort.
Two pals.
There was no discomfort.
All right, there's no chemistry at that point.
Definitely, but I don't even know if there was chemistry 2 years later or whatever the fuck it was.
If he trusted you, maybe there would be.
Yeah.
That's his defense. Well, the show was
What
always
was the thing
bad.
that made us, other than the two, there was something else that made us laugh during that too. I forget. It was so long ago. That was in here. Oh, obviously it was in here. Yeah.
It was that. It was the, do I call it the show or the podcast? And then Dave goes, oh, I don't know. Something like that.
Jerry's like, it's called the Bill Simmons podcast.
We had a lot of those types of talks, actually.
He's very passionate.
Yes.
He's very passionate.
So what was
the question is, all right, thanks, look, I got you. The question is, I believe that was Chris, the visiting nurse from Rhode Island, by the way. Who now is swinging dick. Like, he just calls and yaps about nothing.
Gets in whenever he wants.
Yeah, it's not the same. His question was, why didn't you then do it here? Is that because you got the legacy place?
Got the legacy place.
There's popcorn all over the place. Kirk, you want some peanuts?
Pipe down, Kirk. I'm finishing my goobers.
What's wrong with me? There's popcorn in my face. Bob Kraft belongs here.
I've got a soft pretzel and a Frosty.
Kirk, look across the street. Look at that. That's a movie theater. There's people walking in all the time. I went there to hit balls yesterday. It's a driving range. I remember when I was growing up here, there used to be hookers here. Now I hook my golf ball.
Like it's gonna be Dan Patrick's studio. Like he's got a bunch of wacky gizmos. And
meanwhile, the place was so wrong to host a podcast.
It was wrong.
It was like doing it in like not. It was like a waiting room of a. I don't even. It was weird.
No, it was a nice
like,
room.
I know. It was almost like when you go to a nice wedding and you're in that like waiting area like before or something. It was just very strange.
Yeah, it was like a lounge. It was a rec lounge. Or whatever,
and I'm sitting on this weird couch and Jerry keeps pointing out pretzels and popcorn and how great it is. And I'm like, this is not, it's a really nice room.
Yeah.
But it's not this is a good room.
No, but this isn't normal for podcasts.
I know, but it's a good room though.
No, it's a good room.
Yeah, Steve did a
It's
good job.
studio.
I know,
He did a good
I know
job.
you've criticized Steve to me privately.
I have not actually. I have not whatsoever. But it was different. Jerry didn't have that option. You just
for
have to go
only
to a
10
space.
cents, you upgrade to a large.
Yes, he did.
You can't beat that deal.
Well, he had the option of here. And
Hot
then-
pastrami, number 12. Okay, yeah, that's me. Well, but when I talked to Jerry about it to answer the call, and Dave may know this, Jerry wanted to do it if he was going to do it in this room. In the times, we just didn't know. Our times were probably going to be it was a conflict of time.
Yes.
Did I want Jerry to do a room like in like one of the small rooms by himself? Yes.
Yeah.
I did. Of course I did. Of course.
It would have been nice if you just admitted that and said that to him.
Take
and
the
said,
closet.
you said I'd love to have you here, but you didn't say I want to have you here.
What?
Yeah, what if you told him you wanted him to do it here? Not
I'd love to have you here is the same thing, isn't that, Mike?
I'd love to have you
There's
here.
more.
Oh, I didn't get the vibe that you said I'd love to have you here. I just thought you
said-
opened up.
I said to Jerry-
You're welcome here. Not
I said
I
just said
want
it to him
you
the other
here.
day too. I was like,
I told him, yeah.
Now he can do it if he wants. When he comes back, he's probably in Maine all
Yeah,
summer.
but in fairness, you guys have a volatile relationship.
We've been
and-
great for a long time right now. I think we're in a good place.
Yeah, I think that
He's
was the
afraid of
biggest-
me, and I
think
like
that was the biggest
It's
factor.
been months now.
What, that he was gonna? Well, yeah. I didn't like when I was gone last summer, when I was away, And Jerry was retweeting people saying, now that Kirk's gone, I've been listening to your show a lot more. That pissed me off.
I don't remember.
It happened. It happened.
And I'll trust you that it did.
Mike, it happened.
So I think that action, I will agree with you that action is bad. I don't think his words on his podcast, even the scrub shit, I don't think that was bad.
What was the scrub shit? I don't remember.
I think he just said, like, why are these guys welfare recipients for not working or
Well,
whatever.
Turtle Boy said that.
Yeah, but wasn't that what was scrubbed?
That was before.
And he scrubbed that because
that was before Turtle Boy did his whole act, his whole whiny mental
whatever.
health
But he
act, right?
scrubbed it. He scrubbed it wanting the best for you. Like, he had good intentions.
Wasn't that a
No,
me
I
and
told.
Steve,
Well, I
though,
told.
the
I
Turtle
told. I told him that I heard it, and I was going to fucking kill him if I saw him.
Whatever. Like he did. I remember his voice in that moment. Like he was concerned for you in that moment. I'm sorry.
Anyway, I loved, and I like Turtle Boy. I like Jerry too. I'm just kidding around, but yeah. Anyway, what were you saying, Mike?
I think it'd be great if you put Jerry in a room where you could like hear the toilet flush, just as like a power move.
That'd be great. Jerry,
Every show,
Jerry,
14 minutes in.
Jerry, not allowed to flush during the show. All right, go ahead. Who's up next?
413.
Are they loaded up, Dave?
They are loaded up.
That's great. So nice to be able to talk to these people.
Hey, fellas.
Western Mass in the house.
Hell yeah, Mike. You already know. Hey, Mike, I got an idea for you.
Oh boy.
Real quick. I noticed your free shows. You don't have any advertisements, any ad reads.
No, we don't.
That's kind of shocking. So I'm going to give you one of my ideas.
Not really.
I don't care for your tone, Buster.
I wasn't exactly shocked, but okay.
People are losing out on big money.
First of all, caller, for all you know, and I know this for a fact, advertisers are bothering Mike left and right, but the guy wants to do a free show with no ads.
Yes, I don't like the corporate. You know,
he's not going to work for anybody.
The suits aren't going to tell me what I can and can't.
When Mike
say.
puts his show on iTunes, he's a renegade.
Yeah, right. We actually only have advertisers on the Patreon by episodes.
Yes, exactly. It's a smart move.
Yeah.
What you get an idea for advertising though?
Yeah. So I was going to say he should do, instead of ad reads, they're called bad reads.
Ooh.
And what they are is you just bash a local business.
That's actually a good idea.
I like that.
Why'd you hire this guy, Mike?
Enough the last couple of years. So
Yeah.
Can you record?
Yeah,
do you have the ability to produce shows? I think I'm going to fire Dave. I like this guy.
I took Blue Chew this week. I'm still flaccid.
Let's not pick specific
you like
ones,
that?
Mike.
I got a better one for you.
Go ahead.
I got one more for you.
Sure.
So I just found out.
Now this is a consultant, Dave. See?
This is a
See?
good consultant. Yes.
I just found out I won't be going back to my job, MGM Springfield. They closed the poker room.
Well, fuck them.
So I'm going to go into independent wrestling. And so my gimmick is my wrestler name is going to be Loophole. First name Lou, last name Pole.
Okay.
I lose every match.
Right, go ahead.
Hold on.
Okay.
Now, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I lose every match, but after the bell rings,
I like this.
I get out the rule book.
Yep, I like this.
I get out the rule book, and I read a rule that the wrestler broke during the match that
like
he didn't
this.
know about.
Uh-huh.
And then I turn out I win the match at the end.
You gotta be.
That is an unbelievable.
You gotta be a
idea.
heel then. You can't be a good guy. Gotta be a bad guy.
Can I be your manager?
Oh,
I'm in for this.
Yeah, he's like the geeky wrestler guy.
Right? Yeah, you can make a living doing that.
Brooklyn Brawler, yeah.
Loophole or loophole.
Loophole.
Which, by the way,
Loophole.
I hope you grabbed your social media because that's already being taken.
Yeah, it's true. We're live.
Oh, God.
I like that. Thanks.
Or my other gimmick was
okay.
John Cena's Mandarin translator.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the. Yeah,
Should have gone out on
stick with
top.
that.
Boy, that's too bad at that point. Now I'm like, oh, this guy might suck.
Yeah.
But 2 out of 3 ain't bad. There you go.
Ichabod Crane.
Anyway, all right. That was good. You should think of that. I like
I'm
that.
thinking of it right now.
Bad
yes.
reads once a week.
Bad read. That's very funny.
That's not bad.
Until you sign with me, I'm going to trash this company.
That's true. I've been known to do that myself, actually.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think about it. All right. Hello.
860.
Hey, Kirk. I got 2 things. One, you need to make the Gilbert interview happen. I saw you guys talking about that earlier.
I'm on it.
You got to get him on.
Okay, it's up to Dave
And
Cullinane, producer
2,
of the show. Snake.
Yeah, get on that, Cullinane.
On it.
And second is, I was re-listening to, I think it was your interview with Artie while you guys were out.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about the time where he saw Howard at the hospital when Robin was sick, and how he was actually like sort of friendly towards Artie in that time. Do you think when he's like doing his last show ever,
No.
do you think he'll ever like
No.
That's a
bring
good question.
anyone back?
Nope, he will not.
Not bring them back, but even like thank.
Nope.
Artie
Oh,
Lang
he
and-
might. Like now, how he does it is.
Or Jackie.
Nope, it's weird. It's weird. He's like, I'm telling you, I fell in such a stern loophole the other day about how much he's changed. How he'll do it is he'll have one of these callers call up, like the planted ones, and he'll be like, "Oh, I love Artie," or like, like Jackie, after he left, didn't go on for a long time, but then from like 05 to like 08 or 09, I bet you was on like 4 or 5 times.
Well, he was on the channel too, right?
Yeah, Jackie's joke hunt.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great.
It sounds like a cunt.
It's just funny. It's funny. You can listen to the old Stern one, like when they did the news or whatever, and like they would just they were so obsessed with Jackie's voice, Stern and Fred, and like the story would start, and then Robin would be like, "This is like the mid '90s, the prime." Yeah. Robin would be like, "Terrible story. A school bus crash. 32 kids died in New Brunswick." And you hear for like a fucking hour. If you YouTube like busting Jackie's balls, it's the greatest thing ever. So, right. So we had the show 101, and he was on there like semi-regular, and they were getting along really well, and then like he hasn't been on.
It just
like,
stopped.
It's just weird.
There was maybe Marcy Turk or whatever it was where Howard decided like these people are, because Gilbert was the same thing. Gilbert was just like, you're not a Howard comic anymore. Chelsea Handler and Sarah Silverman are Howard comics. Right. And there was nothing Gilbert did specifically that I know of, but
right. It's weird. It's just Well, I mean, I think it's just so the whole thing is so strange. It's so weird. Like that thing the other day, where he's just like, "Thanks for the call," for the guy, whoever that was. Where he's like, "Yeah, we're taking our usual vacation," and then they just kind of went away. It's just so weird. And I don't know what Robin does. She didn't even do fucking news.
She is the most bizarre. Where she's so blind with.
She must
not just like co-signing on things Howard says. It's like she goes out of her way to say a more outrageous thing than Howard did.
Weird. It's just it's the strangest. Went from the greatest show of all time to the worst. And like they're everything they used to make fun of. It's just I don't know. Maybe we'll be like that at the end.
That's a great question, though. The idea of him not like imagine doing that show because it's still the Howard Stern show. Like they try to make it the same show, and not acknowledging at the end, like on the last day, if he has some big going away thing, not saying like, "Hey,
Jackie or
Artie or Gilbert or Stuttering John or these people that were so big,
huge parts of it, and they just don't. It's so weird.
How many listeners do you think Howard still has? Honestly,
now
that listen to him every day
live?
Yeah.
Less than 10,000.
Yeah.
Oh, you think
That's
that
what I
low?
think too.
Yeah, less than 10,000.
I would have said low. Like I would have said 5 digits. Like 15,
Higher.
20,000, 30,000.
Yeah, there's no like.
I think people like Mad Dog have more listeners now.
I know. I think Barstool did.
Barstool definitely did.
Like it's just it's weird. I don't know who. It's like that book. I thought about that book too. Like he talked for years. I would see clips and stuff about this book. Oh, I'm working on my book. It was just a compilation of interviews he did. Yeah, and it was bizarre.
The interviews that are in audio form. What if you read them?
That was it. And it was just weird.
Well, that's another thing too. People said like, well, I thought about sticking with Sirius for the old Howard Stern shows.
No way.
But then I remembered I have YouTube.
Right.
Like they're all on there.
No, that Mike. Like he doesn't put those shows on 101.
Right.
Like the old ones
not the good ones.
No, they're gone. Like anything pre 13 isn't there.
Real? Like they won't even play shit that would kind of fly now.
I check very rarely. Although once in a while, if I'm in the car for a long drive, I'll say, "Oh, geez, let me look at 101." If I'm just going around Sirius on my app, and it's always like 2016 Amy Adams or something. Who cares? It's weird. And Stern is a good interviewer, but so what? There's a lot of good interviewers. Like that's not what I want to go listen to. I want to listen to Donald Trump and AJ Benza scream at each other on the air. Like that's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
And that's the weirdest thing of all. I think of all is the fact that Trump was on that show 500 times.
I was gonna say he was probably a top 10 guest or something.
500 times. He would just call.
Yeah.
Like every day, he'd call in for like 6 or 7 minutes. And now it's like Stern hates Trump, which is fine, but doesn't acknowledge that he ever exists. It's just
that
weird.
they were pals.
It's weird. No, they load up, Dave?
They're loaded up.
We'll take a few more.
262.
Mike's busy today. Patreon.com/blindmike. Big week coming up. Big week. Big show on Wednesday.
You're
Big.
damn right.
What's coming up on
Wednesday?
Yeah, that's right.
Why
Special
Wednesday?
show. What's today?
Today's Thursday.
Oh, well, fuck it.
Actually, why did you do the surprise show this week?
Well, I was around, and I figured to throw him a free one.
You missed
why
us.
not?
Yeah, I don't know. The people seem to like it. Yeah. I don't have to do it then. Fuck themselves.
I'm just asking.
We're back starting
Take
next
everything
week.
back.
Pretty much, I think we're taking our usual vacation. We're taking September and October off. Our usual one, Mike, right? Right, Mike?
I've always known you to do that. In fact, that's less than usual, actually.
I know. And people are begging me. They miss it. And then we'll be back for a week in November. Then we're off till February.
I mean, what do they want you to be in every day?
Is that your Robin?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Hello.
262.
3 questions for you. Before you belittle me. All right. Hi, Dave.
Hello.
Hi, Dave. Hi, blind
just
Mike.
Ask the questions,
Hello.
please.
Blind Mike.
Ask the questions, please.
How are you?
Kirk, hi. How are you?
We're
how's
good.
everything
We're
going,
good,
Kirk?
Dave. We're good.
Good. Good grief. Got to get to it.
Yeah. Let's go.
We do have 2 parody songs if you want to play those after, too.
I know one of them you rejected, I heard.
I didn't reject it. No, I actually didn't reject it. I was just being bad mouthed.
There just wasn't enough time to get to.
Yeah.
They loaded up?
They're loaded up. All right. To 207. If it goes. Hold on.
Could be Steve.
It's stuck. There you go. 207.
Kirk, Don Kerrigan, News Center 6, Portland, Maine. Can I get a question for this week's Political Brew podcast?
Sure, Don. That's fine.
Your former governor, Paul LePage, announced he's running for governor in the upcoming election.
I saw that.
Janet Mills.
I saw
Your
that.
former producer, Steve Robinson, is his campaign manager. Can we get a comment?
I'm happy for Steve. I think that's the right place for Steve to land. And I think he'll do a fine job. I'm not a big Paul LePage guy. Steve and I have battled about that, but I know who was Steve's enemy. What was the governor? Bellucci?
Collins?
No.
Oh! I'm sorry, Baldacci.
Baldacci.
Yeah.
I don't think he's. I don't expect it'll be a Baldacci type situation. Thank you very much, Don. Good luck with. What's it called? Political Brew.
Political
I believe
Brew.
so. Yeah.
I like that show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you?
I don't know.
That would be great if Steve ran for office.
Oh, it'd be great.
I'd enjoy that very much. Imagine the campaign.
I can't pay for him. I'd endorse him.
So would I.
Sure.
I'd vote for him.
Great to see Steve as a
What a
congressman.
riveting phone call that was.
Well, go ahead.
Why are we kicking off the Beyond Average boys?
Oh boy.
No, I think
their fans are calling it.
I'm being serious.
I laid out pretty. Who am I speaking to?
What's that?
Who am I speaking to?
Al.
Who?
Al.
Al. Oh, I'm sorry, Al. I laid it out. You know, they went begging to KMarko. If you go begging to KMarko, post last summer, the biggest enemy. Yep. Hold on, you asked the question, Al. The biggest. Don't get thick with me, Al. The biggest. The biggest enemy of the Kirk Minihane Show. I think Mike, I laid that out. You'd agree with that, right?
Yes. I understand. I think I understand why they did it, but I understand your rule as well.
You're out. They broke the rule. They broke the cardinal rule, the golden rule, Al.
But I think you're overreacting in the sense
I probably
that
am.
they were
I probably am, but they're still out, Al. Al, I understand where you're coming from, but they're out.
But at the same time, they just tagged the biggest blog editor in the country to try and get on there. It's not like they were sucking his dick. Oh, we love you.
Nope, that's but what you're saying to him is what you're saying to him, Al. What you're saying to him is, oh, please, KMarko, please, please, please. And I don't want anybody begging the KMarko who wants KMarko to pat them on the head to be part of my world. You think it's unfair, Al?
So
That's
how
fine,
else would
Al.
you get into Barstool? How else would you get into Barstool? How else?
Well, too bad, Al. What do you want me to say?
He's doing an impression of me.
I stuck it out with Jerry Callahan for a couple of years, and it worked out for me.
Al, that's life. KMarko's KMarko's the number one enemy of this show. They went begging to him. To me, that's a no-go. I don't care how they get to Barstool. I don't care if they have success or not. They turned their back on us by doing that, and they're out.
Can they earn their way back at all?
No, they're out.
No little competition.
There's no. I don't care about that.
Make a fool.
Nope, not make a fool even, Dave.
All right.
Something I noticed in that phone call is that the scariest form of psychosis is someone who is called crazy and answers, "Well, that's probably true." However,
it's true. A couple more.
All right, 413.
Yeah, hi guys. This is out in Western Mass. I wanted to just make a point on the last show last Friday where you guys were having podcast contestants that Inspector J is a clown, and he was at the Peace Abbey podcast, and he was the guy, if you go back to listen to the audio, he was also the drunk,
you're right.
loud guy at Sako.
I knew him from somewhere.
I know it, yep.
Yes.
And I just wanted to raise that to your guys' attention.
Very good point. Thank you.
And at the Peace Abbey,
Listen to me.
was out
Listen
of
to
control.
me. Listen to me. What's your name?
Jarvis.
Jarvis?
Oh, I think I've seen
I'm
this.
sorry.
Jarvis, J, y'all.
No, different name with a J. Journalist. That's who you are. You're breaking stories,
J.
my friend. Thank you. Thank you, Jarvis. You're damn right. I knew I didn't like him from somewhere. Now I know I didn't like him.
I thought you called him out for being drunk at the live show.
No, but it was a different one. I know he's talking about
okay.
at the Abbey show. He was fucking hammered.
Gotcha.
He was, yes. And that was the impromptu, the one we did at, yes.
Who among us, you know?
That's true. That's a good point. Fair enough. Hello.
Hey, Kirk. I couldn't disagree more about your take with Maria Taylor. So your whole thing is, oh, well, like everybody talks shit on their coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, I mean, they're bringing race into it.
No,
Like,
she's
isn't
not.
that sort of
No,
the difference?
no, she didn't. Here's what she said. If you hold on, if you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your crappy long-time record on diversity, go for it. She's speculating that may be a reason why.
Well, that's diversity.
Right. Well, yeah.
What else would she be referring to? I mean,
and she's
not
saying
talking about religious diversity.
and she's saying she's saying she thinks that's a possibility.
And it's a private conversation, so who cares if she did bring race into it?
And honestly, who cares if she did it? Who cares if she did it publicly? Who cares? Why do you care? Why do you care if she thinks
any black employee at ESPN would care?
Okay, are you a black employee? Are you a black employee at ESPN?
No, I'm not, but I disagree with your take.
That's fine. So I'm saying is, what do you care? Why do you personally care if Rachel Nichols thinks there's a chance Maria Taylor might have got her job because ESPN is doing what employees at ESPN pushed for ESPN to do a year ago?
Yeah, but I think you're dismissing the element of it's not just people talking shit on their coworkers.
Yes, it is. That's actually exactly what it is. And you're right. I mean, you're right. It's different because of the word diversity. I do understand that. But do you think that Rachel Nichols should lose her job over this?
No, I don't. I definitely.
Well, that's the whole point.
But to your point, I mean, yeah, but didn't you say like she's not going to get fired? And she'll probably just get let go and make $1 zillion somewhere else.
She's not making $1 million. She's not making $1 zillion.
She tried at CNN and
thanks for the
failed,
call.
I think.
She's not making $1 zillion anywhere else after this. She is branded.
I honestly don't know where she could go if
she's gonna start her own shitty podcast.
Isn't that fucking nuts? Yeah. I don't know where she could go because she said this fucking. You know what I mean? Like no one will hire her because she was like, hey, I just don't want her to take my job.
And it's all going to be people who are like, oh, it's not a big deal that she said that, but we can't hire her.
Right.
And
it would just be a bad look.
She's also really tapped in though to the players. Like, in some cases, some people are speculating literally.
A little more than others. Yeah.
Well, whatever. I don't care. All I know is I don't like her because I saw her that much. I saw her. She was in one of these promotional videos for that new LeBron James movie where she's pretending like I'm like, oh, I have no patience for these journalists who do that. I know I'm old. Huh?
You don't like the reboot of Space Jam?
No, that she's a journalist and she's like, it's like you're either like she purports to be a real journalist, right?
Yeah.
So you can't do that and then be in Space Jam and like talk. And it's like you're either fucking serious or you're not.
You can now. It's what
How about of that video? It's LeBron's guy being like, "I'm so sick of BLM." Like of all people, LeBron's spokesperson.
Yeah, it didn't get more.
No, it did not.
Too much coverage.
It did not. Yeah. And no, I don't care about Space Jam. LeBron James he's gonna be a fucking horrible actor.
I think it needed to be redone. I think it needed a new spin on a different age.
I never saw the first one, but like. Isn't there some bunny who had like titties and they got rid of them or something?
Lola Bunny.
They're gone.
Yeah.
They took those titties out.
First erection, as I said on this program.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Very attracted to Lola Bunny.
I saw one of the guys who was listening to one of the old shows. I told the story about when I masturbated in the Suburban.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the guy was going through the episode by episode. And he's right. It was a Sports Illustrated. I think it was Steffi Graf.
Oh, good for you.
And she was bending over and she had like a tennis skirt on. And I was like, let's go.
Steffi Graf.
Slightly more mature
it was like
route than I
it was like
hot back then.
It was 87, Dave.
Yeah.
It was all it was legs in the Sports Illustrated.
You just went for it.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's you got to be yeah. All right, hello. Who's up? They load up?
Last
one.
one.
What were you thinking about? What were you thinking about in the back of the Suburban?
All right, we're good. Okay. Patience for this. Jesus Christ. All right, well, thanks to Milton's, by the way. You should always thank Milton's. Go to miltons.com or one of their stores in Chestnut Hill Square, right? Chestnut Hill? No.
Chestnut Hill Square.
Chestnut Square, yeah. Jesus Christ. What's going on with me? God, am I all right?
I'm a Braintree guy.
Or Social Shore Plaza in Braintree, of course. Our great friends at Milton's. We'll see them soon. I'm wearing my Milton shirt. It's getting a little loose with these pounds melting away.
Yeah, you need a smaller one.
I'm so big?
It's so big on you.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
Yes.
Jeez, I appreciate that.
No.
What's going on this week on patreon.com/PlayMike?
Live stream tonight at 8 if you'd like to join us for as little as $1 a month.
$1 a month. And who's on the live stream? What talent is assembled for this?
Just me and the Craigster.
Wow.
Me and Ironhead.
Talking about what?
I don't know now. We'll see.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, here I talk about all the news of the day, so we'll see. I'll probably talk about, whatever's going on.
What's the
in
big
my
cancel
life,
news of the day other than Rachel Nichols? Anything?
Nah, nothing really.
Not too much?
I don't think so.
No?
Like I said, they tried to make something out of the Rogan thing, but didn't seem like there was much.
Yeah, I didn't bother to read that. I read the New York Times thing. I've read that before. Backstory. You could tell the guy who wrote the story kind of liked him, but he didn't want to say he liked him that much. So
right.
he did that
Or he's not allowed to say.
Yeah, he did that whole thing where it's like, I mean, I'm almost surprised that Rogan did it.
Yeah.
Like, what does he gain from that?
Nothing real. But I mean, every once in a while, he just picks one to do, I guess. Like, he'll do, he did like Ari Shafir's podcast.
What's I mean? That I could
totally
see.
randomly. I mean, they're friends, yeah. So it's
I think he was
different.
on Maron's recently, right?
Oh, was he?
Yeah, not that long ago.
Okay.
And Maron had an interview with Tarantino that wasn't bad either.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Maron fan.
No, well, he fell off so fast. Like Rogan just took him over. I don't
Yeah.
understand how that happened. Like Maron Lillard had Obama on, and then after that, you didn't hear a lot from the podcast.
True. I don't Rogan's a better interviewer. Maron's tries. I don't know. He's fine.
Well, Maron's show started as basically like a therapy session,
Right.
Where he's like, "Here's why you pissed me off in the past. Or
Right.
here's why I was wrong in the past, whatever." And then he just became a happier guy. So I think it lost some of that.
Yeah, that could be. That could be. What do we have this week, Colin? The rest of the week, Colin.
Rest of the week, nothing really going on. We're back Monday.
Okay.
All week, but nothing tomorrow, right?
Still
I want to do a watch along tomorrow. Can I plug that maybe?
Sure.
We're going to vote on a past show, and we're going to do a watch along on Twitter Spaces of all places. Twitter
that?
Spaces. That's where everybody already is, right? So audio for
audio thing?
Yeah, and I'll stop and
Don't even know
start
what
it.
that
Maybe
is.
you'll get a call on the fly. Who knows?
Who, me?
Yeah, just
no,
to like
no,
it.
I will not get
Why?
a call. I don't want to call. No call and no
Well,
fly.
if like something funny is happening, it'd be nice to have some background from you. Mike, will you accept a call?
Mike will do it.
I guess.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Mike. Do you want to hear a couple parody songs before we go or no?
Oh, sure.
You wanna
Yeah,
save 'em?
sure. Why not?
All right, so this is Merchants and Mouse, who's pissed off at me, but whatever. With
Who's kind of half a cunt, by the way, on Twitter.
Sneaky
yeah,
move
he
by
is.
him.
Really?
He's taking shots. Yeah,
I've never noticed that.
He's a bit.
people are seeing. Maybe they think they can go at me like I'm sensitive.
No, I
and
meant
I'm a
toward the
pussy.
show and me, Dave. I don't care about you.
okay,
Like in the past, yeah, he's fine, but like it's like what he hasn't exactly been prolific lately.
I haven't heard a lot of well, Dave's been keeping him down. That's why.
That's true.
Well, he's one of these guys. Steve keeps him down. Dave keeps him. It's like
Yeah, maybe they are. They're silencing him.
Well, I literally told him why I didn't play it.
Why didn't you play it?
Because we played another one. It got we went undiverted on the first show, but then I want to play like two at once. I don't know. I don't want like just one. Is that stupid? Is that a bad call?
Fine.
I don't know. That was it was a gut call by me. All right, but he knew it.
Boy, I'll tell you, you get a lot of guts, Dave.
Yeah, sorry.
Hold on. I really don't like it. And we still have this sort of Friday void right now.
Yes. Yeah, we do.
I mean, I can't talk to Colin for more than 30 seconds. I want to jab my brain.
It's just as hard on me.
Yes, I know. It's
So
difficult.
Jared's out again next week. And
I don't know that. I got to reach out, but it's just difficult. I think during baseball season.
Right.
So what other names do you come up with, Dave?
No new names. You're turning down everybody.
Nothing.
Nothing. I've tried. I've thrown everybody at you.
Your girl didn't get the job. I saw Courtney Cox got the Greg Hill job.
I didn't notice. Did she get the full-time job?
She got the full-time
Courtney,
job.
that's a big get.
It's a different one. Not the one that danced with Bruce. Different one.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Yes. I'm not sure I know who the other one is, but I saw somebody. She tweeted and someone's like mentioned my name, and for some reason, of course, one of these idiots. So congratulations to her, I guess.
Good for her.
Meanwhile, like the station's cutting people left. Greg Hill has a grip over that station that's unbelievable.
Meaning
Three
what?
producers.
Oh, yeah.
He's got like a full-time co-host, another one.
Rotating.
They're just getting rid of the other places. They're bleeding people left and right. It's very strange.
I do feel like Greg Hill's like the last person that really cares if the tower goes down and he can't broadcast on his radio station. And so I like that happened to him this morning. You know what I mean? Like other
even
people,
he cares.
Well, he can't. Oh, he was pissed off about it today.
Oh,
You
really?
can hear it in his voice.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Let's play the parody song, I guess. Good song or not a good song?
I like the song.
I know the song, Mike.
I said I like the song.
Wow. Nobody likes this song. Is this a good parody song, Dave?
I'd give it a 6.5
Out of 100?
out of 10.
It was 1 o'clock on a Saturday. Jack's savvy crowd shuffled in. Jerry Callahan was sitting next to me, and the pizza fund money poured in.
Throwback.
Jerry leans in and says to Dave Cullinane, I'm not sure you can produce this show. Kirk's sad and he's sweet, but his mind's not complete, and I hope my boy Cully can close. Oh,
All right, we're good.
Not feeling it?
Nah.
No. Okay.
Mike, no?
All right.
Just feels dated.
A little, dated. Some stories.
It might have been going somewhere, but you got to grab it early. You know?
No. It was not great.
All right. You want to hear the one from Rock Opera? Got one more?
Sure.
Big Steve burnt out, so now we're stuck with Cullinane. Combined with Justin equals less than one full brain. This won't take Kirk long to swan dive into a train. You sound real clear down in your basement spinning hits. Get in a studio with Kirk, it sounds like this. Thank God Matt unblocked you, now please ask him for tips. Told Kirk to lose weight. Go back to real estate.
That's very good.
Like Kirk mini golfing, Dave's quite subpar.
Wrap shows for what, man? Any shows?
Like wrap up this week, the first week of Cullinane.
You are the co-host, Dave, please learn your place. No trivia team or season 2 of the case. I don't watch the YouTube mostly cause of your face. You made sweet merch though. Just kidding, it blows. Not clear if he got a college degree. LinkedIn still says he works for Jerry. Has defective lungs and it burns when he pees. There's a ruler he's raising, Tom Shattuck sees.
Jesus. Wow.
I don't know. That was good. That was good, though.
That was a good one.
Best in a while.
That guy's good.
He is good.
He's a good one. That's a solid.
What's the other one he made? Do we know? I know the name.
The rock opera guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done a couple, hasn't he, or no?
I think so, yeah.
I always forget about that rock opera. We got to tell that story at some point.
Eventually.
I think we will. That was Steve's big thing early on. He
He
loved
wa-
that story.
he wanted to tell it?
He loved that story.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe I'll let him do that in his own show, wherever he winds up. Maybe
fun.
season 2 of the case.
It'd be an odd diversion. But
Be a strange move, but we might do it. I'm not missing anything Barstool related the last couple. He's been quiet, right?
As far as I know, right?
Yeah, nothing. I think I was trying to see. Portnoy was like freaking out about tech shit this morning. I was trying to see if anything
So
generated.
Penn
there,
stock
but-
at today, like 10?
Ugh.
Fucking thing is tanking.
Yeah.
What was it, like 75 or something?
It was in the 60s this morning when I saw it.
Was it really?
Yeah, yeah. It might have bounced back up when the
72.
market opened, but yeah.
68 was a low today. Jeez.
Yeah.
What's going on, Mike? You're a...
That's the thing is there's no news. I think just the market in general is, and people think that a lot of people think Penn's too high, which I don't agree with. I think anything under 100 is a good value.
you don't agree with that?
I don't agree.
Why is that?
I think that anything under 100 is a good value. Why do I think that?
Yeah, why?
Go subscribe to Moron Money for.
Okay, I was thinking it might get an actual... Something might make some sense. Okay, all right. It's my fault. I apologize. But yeah, I saw Dave tweeting about it last night like a madman, so yeah. But other than that, I don't think... there's no crazy controversy or anything, right?
No, not that I know of.
No, it was something that was annoying me. Somebody at Barstool. I forget what it was.
Oh, Trista Crick and Julie DeCaro?
Oh, she went, yeah, but that was fine, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, I forget. Anyway, so we're back Monday. Mike will be here. Dave will be here. I think Justin will be here. Dave, what are you doing this watch along?
Yeah, I want to do it tomorrow morning at 7.
Friday morning at 7.
Yeah.
Watch along. What's the
What,
episode?
Is that a bad timing thing or why?
Dave, I'm just asking the
Oh,
fucking
all right.
question.
I
don't
want the
care
fan,
what time
I want
you
the
do it
fan.
at.
That's why we're bringing it up. I want the fans to vote on which one to watch.
What are the episode options? You going to do a poll?
I was gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna do a poll later.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the
do you-
options?
I was gonna do the 3 that you picked that were your favorites.
What were they?
Kind of tying it all together with that YouTube video.
What were they?
It was Canorado.
Okay, I love that episode.
It was the one where you beat up Steve.
That's
That'd
a
be a
great
tough. That'd be a
episode.
tough one to listen to.
Canorado, you're going to sit there for a long... That was like a 4-hour
That was a
episode, I
long
think.
one. That
And then
was
the
long.
Cullen one is probably not the best one.
Yeah, you
want
wanna do that for that.
Yeah.
No.
So I didn't know. Maybe go to a different one. But.
What's a good one, Mike, for the third one?
Well, I mean, I don't know if Cullinane, because Cullinane was the folk, like Steve, my good man, or something like that.
Yeah, you could do that.
The Gina Show was a great one.
The
I always
Gina
like
one's
the-
the Gina one's a good one.
I always like
Yeah.
the voicemail one with Moroso just because Linda Marks was that same episode, wasn't it?
Is that right?
Oh, that's
How
underrated.
do I
That is-
know?
yeah.
Is that true?
I think so.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, do
Yeah.
that one. There you go. That
All
was Red 13, right?
Yes.
We never had Linda Marks in studio, though, right?
No.
No, she wouldn't do the intro. Remember, she wanted a certain amount of money that wasn't going to happen.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Stuck by
maybe
her
now
gun.
you could get her. She was a big star then. Don't forget. She was coming off a #1 single.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. And so